citizen, to every good citizen. Bang, 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 bang. Someone else I wanna wait in and over. You have a right to go vote and come over. Your voter's card is not for sale, yeah. Bribery and corruption we don't need, yeah. Double registration is a crime, yeah. And when you register the place you have to go and vote. Bang, 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 bang. Someone else I wanna wait in and over. You have a right to go vote and come over. Your voter's card is not for sale, yeah. Bribery and corruption we don't need, yeah. It's election time again. I'm begging all of you to go and vote. Voting is alright to every good citizen, yeah. It's election time again. I'm begging all of you to go and vote. Voting is alright to every good citizen, to every good citizen, to every good citizen. Bang, 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 tell them vote one and all. Make so all the youth in the ghetto them a vote alright and vote one and all. Vote and choose your parliamentarians. Me tell them figure vote one and all. Vote and choose your own president. Me tell them figure vote one and all. Choose the candidate that can best represent you. Me tell them figure vote one and all. Need a non-violent election. It's election time again. I'm begging all of you to go and vote. Voting is alright to every good citizen, yeah. It's election time again. I'm begging all of you to go and vote. Voting is alright to every good citizen, 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 to every good citizen. Oh yeah. It's election time again. I'm begging all of you to go and vote. Yes. Voting is alright to every good citizen, to every good citizen, to every good citizen, to every good citizen. Now the most why. To every good citizen, to every good citizen. Yeah. It's election time again. I'm begging all of you to go and vote. Voting is alright to every good citizen. Yeah. It's election time again. I'm begging all of you to go and vote. Voting is alright to every good citizen, to every good citizen, to every good citizen.
Viewers, we are back with the special coverage on the by-election that is ongoing at Nyamina West and of course at Kirjarga as well. As we discussed earlier on, people are still going to the polling stations to cast in their votes for their desired parties. And of course, so far so good, everything is running smoothly, which we of course hope to be the narration throughout the election process. There has not been any reported violence case or so far. So as we did it earlier on as well, we'll be joined by our various correspondents who are stationed in these designated areas to bring us up to date with the latest happenings on ground. Amadou.
All right, thank you very much, Sona. Welcome back, viewers. And like she said, we are back again to continue the live coverage of the elections, that's the by-elections today, taking place in Nyamina West and, of course, in Kirjarga, in Jokado, in the North Bank region. So we'll be talking about that. And, of course, we hopefully also going to talk some of the members of the different political parties and people that are on the ground so they can update us more on the atmosphere right now in the respective grounds where the elections have taken place today, and it has been a very, very interesting moment in the Gambia. So I think it's just always good to be here so we can discuss about the election ahead of the announcements of the results today.
And of course, our correspondent Omar Toure, who is currently at Kirjarga observing the Chancellor election, and MC Cham at Nyamina West, rather, they will be giving us the latest development as to how the election is still ongoing.
Yes.
So we will now join MC Cham from Nyamina West. Hello, MC. Has the turnout in any way improved so far?
I from Jajabwe because they left Nyamina to come to the counting of the final results.
Has there been any form of election irregularities?
Not actually, but it's always to transport between and allow people support. And this could have been using government vehicles to come to the town, which is totally untrue. But it is an allegation that confirmed that one of the victims to the ground on the plate. Rather, the number plate was hidden. So this journalist was like, I definitely want to know that why this number plate was hidden and what is this there. So the guy was like 50 approaching people, and the like then what is the project people doing there is actually today. There was some people, and then the guy left. So we have seen people. Some of them they have not looked it, but others they are not have been. They are government vehicles. They don't have any intimate whether it is a government vehicle or not. But what we are showing is that there are no some of their plates were hidden, and also some of these they don't have number plates at all. There are number plates in the school, and these are white people.
What do you think could have possibly led to that? Are there not enough security forces available there?
Yeah, think about high security, there is nothing like high security, as in particular where we were in district, because you can see in the city that after, or if you were working after, you see one or two people who are monitoring the care with the practices to make sure that we can't get off the safety. There was nothing like practice to make sure that people or to have any violence that is take place. So in short, there was a vehicle, there were some PIU officers civilians dressed in the uniform, protest uniform, in a vehicle. They were men, but there was no particular point that they came to stay there permanent until the voting ends. So I can say there was no tight security.
Mariama Cham, we'll be linking you back. We're not getting you properly. So Omar Ture, rather, in the morning you told us that the turnout was not encouraging. Is that still the narrative?
Yes, Sona, I can get you clear and very loud as well. Sona?
I said in the morning you told us that the turnout was not encouraging. Has there been any changes?
It still remains the same. In the morning, the number of people that gone out was far better than happening. And towards the evening also, some people also started something, but it was not as effective as the morning time.
With regards to the lady whose name appeared twice on the record, has the IEC solved her issue?
I didn't get that clear. Could you repeat your question?
So I think we're having some little bit of technical problem. We are not getting our correspondents what they are saying.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope we'll get back to it again anytime soon, so we can continue the discussion as they were trying to highlight the situation on the ground. It's already 5 o'clock, or should I say close to 6 o'clock in Banjul, in case you are watching away from home. And anytime soon, I don't know whether the votings are already closed, maybe, or of course I think they should have closed by 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And unless if you know, there were voters who were on the line by the time, and then they should be allowed to continue voting. Normally that's what happened. I hope if only that is the case. If not, all polling stations you know, might have already closed as we speak. So they're just trying to give us the latest situation on the ground and some of the things that they have observed during the electoral process. So it's a crucial moment, like we said from the beginning of the this program to now, and we will continue following events, and we will of course anytime soon hopefully get back to our correspondents to continue discussions.
Yeah, MC was trying to explain to us the irregularity that happened where she is stationed right now, that there was some cars that invaded the place, but they don't exactly know who they are because they're not having any number plate, but they claim to be government officials, which he was trying to explain to us, but because of some technicalities, we cannot exactly get what the real scenario was like.
Yeah, we'll hope to hear more from her about that issue, what exactly happened, and what is the situation now, whether everything is under control. And like you said, we did not, or we yet to hear any form of violence or whatsoever so far, which is very good. And this is what we expected as well. And when we get to our reporters on the ground, we would then eventually get to know what has been really the case since we last spoke to them in the morning, or in the some few hours ago, I should say. And then that will be important to know. So go defee rek just a quick one, ñu dal di fàttali gaay rek ne dañ dellusiwaat continuer li nga xamante ne ñu ko doore woon ci suba si, comme niñ koy defee saa su ne. Xam ngeen ne events yu mel nii bu amee dañ see dem taxawaay bu am solo, fexe yéen tamit fi ngeen mën a nekk ci biir réew mi ba ci biti réew ngeen xam yëf yi nu moo demee. Foofu ci Ñaamina West ak Kër Jarga jàpp ne fu mu nekk nii voting bi war naa close ndax 5 o'clock la yëf yi di war a voting bi la war a tëj te xanaa bu fekkee ne nit ñi bari nañ bari waaye boobu noonu ñu war faa nekk ba léegi, waaye gëmuñ ne loolu war naa mun a am. waaye duñ ci sori, xam naa ci kanam tuuti rek buñ jokkoo ak suñ nit ñi nekk ci ground si nañ ñu gën a leeralal ndax yëf yi tëj na ak situation bi nu moo demee. Jokkalante bi xal na jafegom tuuti, waaye suñ gaa ñu ngi ci liggéey. xam naa ci kanam tuuti rek nañ dellusiwaat ak gaa yi mu gën a leer.
Maintaining the peace that we've always chanted during the 2016 presidential election, everything went smoothly. The 2017 parliamentary election, the same thing. And here now we're witnessing the by-election. No, so far so good. No violence has been reported, which of course is something that needs commendation for our little Gambia.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what is unique about this country. It's about the peace and stability that we all enjoy, that we all be proud of, and we jealously guide that. And of course, we, like I said, we would not allow that anything, no politics, no whatsoever, would destroy the peace that we have or to bring any sort of divisions. Of course, sometimes there can be tensions, there can be disagreements here and there, different opinion in issues, and of course, that's what can also build a country. We cannot be on the same, same boat. Sometimes we would have, or we view things differently. So in that regard, of course, we hope whether be in this election or another election, things would be in order. Of course, the 2016 elections was much bigger, much tense, but everything went well as expected. So this is it.
So we having Omar on the line again, so you can take Omar.
All right, thank you very much, Sona. We go back to, of course, to North Bank, that is in Jokado or Kerjarga to be precise. Omar, well, thank you very much for joining us. We were trying to, get you earlier on to tell us what is the situation on the ground. What more can you tell us about what you have been observing since, we last spoke to you a few hours ago?
Well, thank you, Amadou, once again. Like I was saying before, with regards to what you talked about the election irregularity, but actually that problem has been resolved, and that is one party law came to vote, but on the list there was another party law whose name was found, and that one cast a vote in the morning. So for this other party law affected in the morning. That was around 11, after 11 or so. So when she wanted to start her vote, she told that you have already cast the vote. So, and then he was asked to stand back. But later on, immediately when we came back from this place, we confirmed what the problem was. We are told by the IEC, the officer on the ground there, that is Silla.
Yes, sir.
That is Silla, who is the presiding officer of Kerjarga Ward. Silla. He told us that what actually happened was the lady that came had it all, the one who voted in the morning. Our serial number was 216. That is 216. This other one that arrived, our number is 226. That is 250. So you see that the last two numbers there you have, this one is 216 and the other one is 250. So that was what brought the confusion. So instead of the agents as well as check properly, they told her that you have already voted and you have to stand aside. But that issue was resolved. When we came back, we confirmed from the IEC officer on the ground, that is Silla, who is the presiding officer. He told us that that issue has been resolved, so she was allowed to vote. He said her number was not 216 but 226.
All right, Omar. Thank you very much for now. Of course, I know we'll come back to you again. We of course the communication is not still at its best. We would want it to be, and so we would want us to clearly discuss on the issues as we want our viewers also understand clearly what you are talking about, as we also so we can know how to digest things here in the studio. Apparently, it's not the best of communications. I have to apologize for that, but we will continue discussions.
Dafa mel ni sa mbokki poli ñu bëgg jat affaire ci.
Waaw affaire yi moom gis nga ci suba si yow ñi nga war a wax waxuloo ñooñu. Waaye garaawul.
But from the previous discussion that I had with Omar before we proceed with the program, he was trying to explain that there appeared two Hadi who voted, but the last one who came to cast in her vote is also called Hadi Low, but with different numbers, of course. But the people observing the election process, sometimes the tension can be so high that if you see the name, especially if you are a fuller, you see the name, you just like, you voted and you are here back again. So that was what caused the miscommunication between the IEC and these Hadi Low.
Well, that's just I don't know. Like you said, it could be the tension, it could be the whatever the situation on the ground. Yeah. But that's quite that's not unfortunate. Such an error could happen, but I just only hope that they would fix that, because they have. It
can really result to something which,
yeah,
of
exactly.
course,
Especially when these. Could I say politicians or candidates know about this, they could take that as an opportunity.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
Even if you cannot tell if you lose this year, they have used people different here and there, and they can take up these issues, and of course keep on talking on issues. So that's the situation. I think we should be going back to one of our people again. This time I think we should be going back to Nyamina, I guess, so we can
we'll be going to Janjambure,
right? Okay.
And I just hope your Mboki poll will not, hold the line again.
No, I just allow you then to take
we'll
up.
We'll have a smooth discussion with him this time around.
All right. Su ko defee rek comme nu ngi ko waxee ñu continuer waxtaan bi ñu dem Janjambure seet yëfi nu mu fa mel rek su ko defee ñu seet ku nekk ci line bi su kenn suñu gars ñu ngi ko nuyu. ñu seet yëfi MC. ok su Paako moom kon dafa jógee Ñaamina mu ngi foofu ci Janjam. Paako ñu ngi lay nuyu. Abdoulaye Mendy naka la foofu mel ndax yëfi tëj na fu mu nekk ni juróom benn waxtu daanaka lu ci des bareetul naka la yëfi toll.
alhamdulilah si bu ñu yeboo ñu jàpp ne yenn ci polling station fi nekk ni buñ tëjul sax ñu ngi waaj a tëj ndax li nga xam ne mooy waxtu bi daanaka soriwul loolu waral na nag ba ñu ngi fi nekk nii ñu ngi fii ci biir Janjanbureh ci IEC seen regional office bi fii fi nga xam ne ñu ngi ci war a séntu ci di chairman bu IEC bi muy Alhaji Alieu Momar Njie pour mu daal di déclare li nga xam ne moom mooy result yi nga xam ne returning officers indi nañ ko fii ci kanamam pour wane la nga xam ne moo gën a ris ci jongante bi ci diggante NPP ak lii di GDC pour xëccoo bi ñu nag toogu peccum ndawal réew mi foofu ca tuut buñ xamee ci Ñaana West.
loolu am na solo comme ni nga ko waxee su ko defee fu mu nekk nii lan lañ war a séntu fii si kanam compte bi kañ lay door ak yu mel noonu ndax xam ngeen kañ la ñoo commencé li nga xamante ne mooy compte bi ak final results yi kañ lañ koo séntu ndax gars yi wax nañ ne loolu kañ lay door.
waaw fi mu nekk nii bu yàggul rek ci la chairperson IEC daal di active fi nekk nii ci biir lii di regional office bi nii parce que foo loolu yéen a ci officiels yi nga xam ne ñoo nekk fii ci IEC bi te itam ñu saytu ci liggéey bi jëm ci wàllu élection bi ñoom it ñu ngi ci woon ci gis ne daal lépp yemb na laata ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy returning officers yi comme ni ma ko waxee ndax ci yéen a ci polling station nekk fii ci biir tund bi xal na ñoo xëccoo tuuti seen diggante ak lii di Janjanbureh te nag dinañ séntu comme niñ ko baaxoo di amee ci biir réew mi fii mu di counting on the spot mooy fi ñu sànnee carte bi foofu lañ war a compter ba xam la nga xam ne ku ne am na ko laata ñuy ñëw ak ci fii ci kër gu mag gi pour kilifa bi daal di xamal askan bi kan moo daal di jël raw gàddu gi waaye ba fuñ toll nii di wax ak yow nii amagu benn ci ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñooy returning officers yi yu actif fii ci biir te tam ñi nga xam ne ñoom la ñuy séntu di ay officiels di bàyyeekoo ci parti bi di GDC ak NPP ñu ngi ci seen ci di honorable Sidi Ndiaye ñi nga xam ne moom it ndawal NPP la te li ko indi jort nañ ne pour ñëw teewee seede li nga xam ne nag mooy li ñu ci xëccoo bi ñuy xëccoo seen diggante ñi di GDC di jëm ci togg boobu ñuy wut foofu ca pencum réew mi Amadou.
acca loolu am na solo su ko defee ci voting bi tamit gannaaw daanaka yëf yi daanaka sori na ci nuñ ko mun a waxee ndax seetlu leen foofu noonu benn jafe-jafe ci ay jaxasoo si mbir yi voting bi daal lépp jaar na yoon amut ay jafe-jafe problème amul ak yu mel noonu tamit fu mu nekk nii ndax nit ñi yëpp ku ne gannaaw bi nga voté yaa ngi ñibbi di xaar li nga xamante ne mooy results yi ak yu mel noonu.
waaw Amadou waaw comme ni ñu ko nemee ko tey ci suba si ñu ngi woon ci dëkk bi ñuy ne Samban nekk ci biir tund lii di Ñaamina West bi nii te it ci biir dëkk boobu li nga xam ne nemmeeku nañ ko fa naam du coow lu bari waaye am jëlal jóob jàppal njaay la muy diggante ñenn ci ay taskatu xibaar yu fa nekk gis yenn ci ay warwaay yi nga xam ne ñoom it dañ jort ne lii ay oto nguur la te ñu koy jëfandikoo ci li nga xam ne nag loolu dëppoowut ak yoon waaye ci li ci gën a doy waaru nag mooy ci oto yooyu ñun jort ne oto nguur la mooy lii wane mandarga buy wane ne daal lii oto nguur la loolu dañ koy dañ ko xamee ci number plate bi loolu nag waral ba ñu ne ci ay taskatu xibaar yi nag doon bëgg a jël ay nataalu lii di oto googu nag waaye kenn ci dawalkat bi nag daal di lank ne loolu du am ba ñu ko lakkee lu waral lu ni mel mu ne oto bi nag doonul oto nguur waaye oto ab projet la waaye li ñuy laaj rek mooy foofu ci biir taskatu xibaar yi mooy ndax auto projet biñ indi ci biir réew mi pour mu saytu wàllu sànni carte bi am déet la bu dul loolu mu doon auto nguur wala auto projet namuñ ko woon a séntu pour fekk ko ci lang yu mel nii rawatina ci guddi yuñ toll nii ci diggante xëccoo bi dox ci diggante NPP ak lii di GDC.
macha allah am na solo xam naa ne fu mu nekk nii ñëpp ñu ngi xaar ñaari kam si ku nekk mu ngi dundee yaakaar te noonu la yëf yi war a mun a demee xam naa ne sports counting la ñoo def ak yu mel noonu ndax fu mu nekk nii loolu la ñoo def comme ni nga ko waxee rek MPP ak GDC fu mu nekk nii ñëpp ñu ngi xaar gannaaw loolu nag ndax gis nga ñenn ci political figure yi tamit mooy ñi nga waxoon ci suba ba léegi yaa ngi gis gaa ngi doxantu ci biir wala fu mu nekk nii ñëpp ñu ngi dugg seen kër yi pour xaar yëf yi mu feeñ ndax xam naa ne fu mu nekk loolu la ñuy xaar.
xam nga li ci dee gën a bëri nag bu jamono ji demee ba jot ku nekk da ngay jaaxle toog sa biir kër mooy saafara mbir mi wala doxantu wala jàpp rajo waaye xëj na du doon pour ñëw ci bureau IEC bi waaye kiñ nemmeeku comme ni ma la ko waxee woon ci njëlbeen muy Sidi Ndiaye moom agsi na fi te mu ngi bàyyeekoo ci parti bi di NPP beneen pour ndawal GDC nag bu fi nekkee tamitam wane guñ ko wala boog sax ràññee guñ ko agum ci biir nit ñi pour wane ne ñoom fi waaye njort nañ ne du ñàkk ndax lii saa su ne bu amee rek kilifa yi ci seeni parti ñoom ñooy ñëw pour teewe ko ndax lii ci taarixu réew mi itam la bokk fekkee ko itam am na ci solo lool ngir nettale bi ëllëg ndax boo fàttalikoo comme niñ leen ko waxee tey ci suba si ñaari parti yi lii mooy seen njëlbeen yoon ñuy jongante ci langue politique bi fii ci biir réew mi gannaaw ba ñaari parti yi doog a tàmbalee dugg ci biir parti ci biir langue politique bi NPP li muy wut ni itam day wane njàmbaaram ak nguuram ci langue politique bi bu ko ci amee itam te lii itam day send a very big signal pour wane daal ne NPP doonul parti bu ndaw lii di GDC itam ñàkkee toogu ji nga xam ne nag yàgg na ko moom ndax ka fa toogoon ba génn ba yàlla moom ko ci muy ndem ci yàlla honorable Demba Sow moom ndawal GDC la woon te jamono ba mu fa nekkoon nag amoon nañ jort ne GDC mu ngi doon bàkkoo loolu kon nag tey bu fekkee ñàkk nañ togg bi dina doon itam lenn ci lii yëngal ñoom itam ci seen biir parti bi la ci langue politique bi ci biir réew mi fii.
acca mu ngi noonu xam naa ne ñu dañ laa balaa ñu laa bàyyi rek finally ndax mun nga ñëw wax ndax xam nga exactly IEC ban waxtu lañ joxe wala lañ war a joxe results yi 7 8 wala kañ la ñoo ñu xam bu fekkee ne xam loolu dañ la bàyyi nga ligganteel ñu loolu ci kanam tuuti nañ dellusiwaat ci yow ak tamit ndax as an independent of course nit journalist nga yaa ngi seet ndax gis nga ñaari camp yi ku nekk ni kat moo gën a yaakaar ndam li ndax gis nga gaa ngi bugg a waajal li nga xamante ne mooy celebration di dajal ak yu mel noonu ndax loolu gaa ngi koo bàyyi xel fu mu nekk nii ñu balaa ñu laa bàyyi rek.
xam nga mbër bu ne buy dugg ci làmb ji pour daana tax mu dugg comme fi mu toll nii koo laajte ci seen biir rek day ne moom ndam waaye li ci kanam rawuli bët comme ni nga ko waxee nag fi mu toll nii nag dina xala métti lool pour ñu mën laa wax ci ban waxtu. sharp la ñoo expect lii di result ci parce que comme ni ma la ko waxee returning officers yi ñoom ñoo amee result ci te ñoom ñooy indi result ci pour ci di chairperson bi mun koo declare comme moom jotagut ko rek ñun ci suñ bopp du mën a yomb lool pour ñu mën a xam ban waxtu la loolu di am waaye yaakaar nañ daal ne daal li bokk na ci taarixu Gambia ku ci man ci jël ndam yaakaar nañ daal ne réewi Gambia moo daal di décidal boppam kum taan pour mu toogal tundi li di ñaamina West foofu ca pencum ndaw yi réew.
acca ñu bàyyi leen ngeen continuer di wéy ak liggéey bi foofu dajale xibaar bi ñu ngi lay gërëm bu baax yow ak team bi beneen yoon Abdoulaye Mendy ci taxawaay bi amati na solo ñu ngi koo gërëm bu baax a baax ci update bu ñu jox ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci situation bi foofu soxna.
Yeah, for sure. Amadou, thank you so much, Abdullah, for giving us that update on what is happening in Janjambure, where NPP is competing GDC in the vacant position that was left by the former GDC leader, member who was Demba Sow, who died this year in January when he was on an official meeting. He was on an official mission, rather, in Morocco. Yeah. And for sure, he made mention earlier that this is the first time that the NPP is taking part in by-election, and of course, it is going to test their political way come 2020 presidential elections.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the first time they are taking part in an election, NPP, and for GDC, it's the first time they are taking part in a by-election. But then, like we said, you see, it's going to be interesting, and like we heard from Paco, it's going to be a long day because we cannot tell you as of now when exactly the GDC, the IEC, I should say, is going to announce the final results of the elections. But whatever, we'll be here crisscrossing the different grounds, so we can, keep you updated as we're doing. We will keep talking to different people on the ground to see how events are unfolding on the various places, that is in the Nyamina West constituency, and of course in the Kerjarga ward, in the Diakadu North Bank region. So that's the situation.
And of course, in the morning, our colleagues had an interview with the party leaders that are contesting for the vacant position, and with the GDC, they're also enthusiasm that they are going to be. Now we go with the GDC and hear from them again.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you all. Good morning, all the media and my entourage and the IEC staff as well. Thank you very much for the question. Like I said, always, I am pretty much certain that the victory is ours and 100% confident that it's mine.
It's 100% confident, but in the event that you lose, will you accept?
Of course I will accept, but I can assure you that would never happen.
What makes you feel so confident that you 100% will win?
Yeah, the reason is Nyamina West is a GDC stronghold. We've been winning all elections in here. We have two parties in here, that is the GDC and the UDP. So the UDP leaning their support on the GDC, that's going to be hands down.
So in case GDC was what will it look like in the party?
It wouldn't change nothing. I can assure you it wouldn't change nothing. You know, the stronger the party becomes.
Knowing that this is
Yeah, it wouldn't change nothing. That is why I give you the confidence victory is ours.
So how do you feel giving a house coming in here?
Say that again?
How do you feel giving a house coming in?
You can see I am so excited. I feel so happy to be here. No stress. You know, I have the confidence, yeah. Yeah, I want to say one thing about an event that happened. I am a little bit disappointed, good about the IEC. The reason is, IEC said campaign should have stopped at on the 5th, 12 midnight on the 5th. So yesterday we had this, we have information that the NPP guys were going around campaigning at midnight, around night, in the night time. So I called the IEC CEO, Mr. Sambujang. I called him and I give him the report. What he told me was, look, we cannot stop them. We cannot stop them. The thing is, we are stopping the usage of PS system. I told him, Mr. Sambujang, that's not what you said. Then it means IC don't understand the language that they put on paper. The language that you said, campaign should stop on the 5th. So in any form, telephone campaign, house-to-house campaign, rally campaign, or whatsoever should have been stopped. So when I gave him this when I reported this matter to him, this is what he responded to me. I was so disappointed, and you know, knowing that we cannot do nothing to that, our people were home. Then everybody said, okay, since that is what they said, then we also have to go out and campaign. So our people went to Nana. They were patrolling, you know, talking to people and things like that. So they came across, they met Sidinjai. When they met Sidinjai in there, he was so panicked. No, that was Sidinjai. So he called, because my guy had only one car, so he called a reinforcement from NPP. They brought about 5 pickups, a lot of people. They are not even people from Nyamina. You know, they attacked my people and they stabbed one of my lad. That was serious. And nobody causes it. IEC is held responsible. Because they should have stopped when I gave them the report, but they refused. They said they cannot do nothing to that, and the language they put on paper was campaign should stop on the 5th, right? But when they are going out campaigning and we give them the information and they said we cannot stop them, you know, it means then they are lying to the people. And the other thing is, the other person, one of my supporters, took a motorbike. He was also going. He went to a village, a nearby village called Sammanjuga Kunda. So he met Dusano, Hamadba, and others. You know, they met at the Bantaba. They were there. So when he saw them, when they saw him, they asked these people to attack him, and they attacked him and then beat him until they confiscated his bike, his motorbike.
Who asked them to attack? Do you know?
Both Sidi and Hamad.
Both Sidi and Hamad did. Hamadba. Sorry, Dusano.
Dusano
Yeah,
and Hamadba.
exactly. Yes.
Do you have any evidence to show us that they attacked
The motorbike was left there. That is a big evidence.
And what's next for the party after all these allegations? What will the party do?
Well, at my level, I wouldn't be able to tell what's next to the party. We have to sit as a team, as a group, and then see what's next.
But these are very, very serious allegations.
Yes. Definitely, yes.
What exactly do you think the party
Yero Jallo, the candidate for GDC of Nyamina West, speaking to journalists in the morning, affirming their victory for the election. And he also said that even when the campaign date elapsed, he saw some NRP members campaigning, which of course in the morning also Biram saw, which the NPP candidate refuted those allegations, saying they are just mere propaganda from the GDC party.
Yeah, indeed. We talked about this in the morning, like you said, and we are just trying to, remind our viewers that this was what they said in the morning, because we are trying to go back to the ground again and see whether there's any difference with the situation right now. All right. So, well, of course, like you said, both Biram Sow and of course Lamin Cham, of course the campaign manager of MPP, have refuted those claims, and they are not true, and that's never happened. And for Lamin Cham, in fact, he said, he's gonna, in whatever way, they are not going to entertain any sort of violence. They are people who respect law and order, and what happens, it's not, as the other camp claimed, that's never the case.
The push and pull was indeed something that happened between them, but now we will take a watch out of the NPP
candidate. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. I am 100% hopeful for victory. Victory is mine today.
Victory is mine today. In the event that you lost, will you accept?
Yeah, we are the government per se, and the policies are there. So we have to accept the policies. We are online with IEC policies. Yeah, thank you very much. The Nyamina people are rallying behind me 100%. The Nyamina people are showing that they are today with His Excellency President Adama Barrow and his agenda, that is the NDP, and that they are there behind the NPP party to see that we take this country to the highest level.
You said that reports that your both supporters yesterday about violent activity against your opponent.
No, that's false.
What about campaigning? You said you are in line with IEC policy. Were you still campaigning yesterday?
No. There was never a campaign yesterday. It's propaganda. I was throughout in my house yesterday. Have you seen me anywhere outside? They were all on their base because we were together. It's false and it's propaganda.
Mr. So, I just want to ask a follow-up question, because up until yesterday, there has been so many allegations from both sides concerning your campaign. Now, they're accusing the NPP of actually trying to buy votes from the people of Nyamina. How do you respond to that?
Thank you underlining that word, accusing. So, we is an accused.
There is no truth to it.
For so, there is no truth. It's an accused.
The first candidate that's contesting for a seat with NPP. What does that tell you political party?
I'm thanking God that and my parents and the people of Nyamina West. This is not my soul alone. This is Nyamina West. They have decided to turn back to the opposition, giving their faces to the government, because we need development now. You people are just here, the hardship you encountered to reach here. So we now need development, and this is what we are calling. So the whole Nyamina West are rallying behind the government because we are calling for development. We are part of this country.
One more question.
I haven't promised anybody. What I'm saying is that the NDP we are part of, and we wish that the NDP also will be executed within Nyamina West.
Biram Sow speaking to journalists in the morning. Of course, he is the candidate for the MPP, refuting allegations that were levied on him by Yero Jallo of GDC, saying that they were seen campaigning even after the election campaign date elapsed. But he said those are just mere propaganda, Amadou.
Absolutely, that's what he said. And just a reminder, if you are just joining us, it's election day in the Gambia, and all that we are talking about right now is the by-elections in Nyamina West, and of course in Kerjarga Ward as well. And we should be going to Kerjarga again to to talk about the situation. But before then, we would now get to the IEC chairman Alieu Momar Njie, who also earlier on, talked on the issues that were highlighted on the exactly raised on the ground. So let's go with the IEC chairman Alieu Momar Njie.
But campaigning means having a gathering, doing it together, or drawing on dancing. That's what we mean by campaign. Because that's doing like that yesterday.
There was nothing like that with people.
No, as far as I know, nothing like that. We had complained that people are going from house to house. But I met one of them, and he said, well, I don't live here. I was born here, but I don't live here. So when I come from Combo, I have the right to go and visit my friends and relatives. That's not campaigning. Welcome.
What is your message
that if I started peacefully, let it end peacefully. There's going to be only one winner and one loser because there are two candidates. Unlike North Bank, where you have 4 candidates. You have one winner and 3 losers. But here you have one winner, one loser. The IEC is also to make sure that the loser will know that they have not voted for him, not because of any other fraud or anything. So this is what we are trying to make sure that the IEC observes the rules and regulations transparently from the beginning to the end. Start in their presence with the voting agents, it ends with them. Counting it on right there on the spot. To independent of everybody. So nobody can complain about that tomorrow. That's our mantra.
That was the IEC chairman speaking to journalists as well when the case of Yero Jallow and Biram Sow was brought forward, when Yero Jallow said that NPP members were seen campaigning after the deadline elapsed, but the IEC chairman said that was not something that happened. Now we cross to Kerawan and see what is happening there. Amadou, it looks like there is a celebration going there in Kerawan.
Yeah, already you can see the situation on the ground. As you can see, I don't know, but you can see it looks like there's celebration. Of course, there are noises all over. People are honing. There's vehicles and of course and cars running within the area in Kerawan. And talking about Kerawan, that's the regional headquarters of should I say of the region. North Bank region is the capital, if I can put it, if I should say. So we should be going and talk to our man on the ground, Mohamed Niang. Mohamed ñu ngi lay nuyu dalal am mbégte lool ci am la ci line bi gannaaw bu ñu la nuyoo ñu baal rek nga tënkal ñu situation bi naka la mel foofu ci fi ngeen nekk right now. Mon Niang bu dee yaa ngi maa dégg ñu dellusiwaat rek nga indil ñu kon ni ma ko waxee situation bi naka la fa mel right now dégg gis nañ ay moto yaa ngi daw de gaay di xoon ndax dafa xibaar def fa jib am déet. dafa mel ni Mon Niang déggul ñu waaye ñu ngi try am ko ci line bi it's some minutes after 6 o'clock. If people are celebrating,
although it is not clear which party exactly, but
I don't know who is doing
celebrations are going on in Kerawan currently.
They are raising a bit of the situation, or should I say the ambience has started in that area. I don't know what is happening. We cannot ascertain exactly what is the reason behind that, but we're just trying to, as you can see, people are out all over. You can see the crowd. Maybe they have heard of something, maybe they're expecting some good news from their own side, but we cannot tell. We would want to hear from our people on the ground, so you can equally, as you watch, would understand what exactly is transpiring or happening right now in the Kerawan in the North Bank, or whether in Kerjarga ward or wherever it is happening right now. I hope you would get Modnyang back on the line.
And Amadou, it's like we are seeing a slight difference in Kerawan right now, because we can see some security officials working there currently. But earlier on with Mariama Chams, he said that where she is stationed in Nyamina West, the security is not that very strong.
Yeah, and I think that should not be the case. I think security should be everywhere in such a situation, so that they would maintain order whatever happens, because in this kind of moments where when you go into an election or into a competition, if you win, people that are with you are excited, and they can celebrate, they can do whatever, and if you lose, that's the other side of the story. You would be demoralized, you would lose temper and here and there. So and I just only hope that if you also lose, you just have to take it in good faith. If it's in sports, they would tell you have to have the sportsmanship in you, and in this case it's election, it's politics. No matter what, I think if you go out there, you should have two things. I am going for an election, I'm going for competition. It's either I win or I lose, and if I win, then that's what I wanted and that's what I expected. But if I lose, I take it in good faith, and life goes on.
And normally in election, in campaigns, that is the team that all of them use, development for the country. Yeah. So regardless of you winning or losing, you should focus on that and develop the country with all your powers and your mates.
I know whoever loses will be a very tough time for that moment.
It is expected.
For anybody.
You contesting and then not crowned victorious is something that you have to be down for some moment, but you have to work on the situation and improve on yourself. Then
I just only hope that people be very careful in what people say nyawalante,
I think we are mature enough to
so I think we will be those people watching, or people that are watching right now, will be very much interested to know what is happening right now in Kerawan. You can see the people are out all over. We are all curious to know what are they jubilating right now. I think Modnyang is back on the line again. Modnyang, ñu nuyuwaat la bu dee yaa ngi ñoo dégg. Very well jërëjëf léegi fi nga nekk situation bi foofu lan moo xewagum dafa mel ni am na lu ñoo gis lan nga ñu mën a indil ci latest development wala update foofu noonu fi ngeen nekk lan moo xewagum ak situation bi naka la mel.
jërëjëf Amadou comme ni leen depuis si suba ni leen ko waxee rek ñu ngi woon si bi from Kër Jarga ñu dem Kër Omar Sène jógewaat Kër Omar Sène daal di ñëw Kérewaan fii xaar nit yi fu nga xam ne foofu la yëpp di dajee waaye fu mu nekk nii nag moom li nga xam ne ni Amadou moo xew ci ground bi fii nii parti bi di NPP leen gisagum seen nit ñi ñu ngi génn célébrer buntu IEC bi ak buntu gouvernement bi mu ngi fees tepp ak nit so mu mel ni ñoom dafa mel ni ñoom am nañ seen résolve ba pare waaye ci IEC ku nga xam ne moo ko fi teewal moom waxagul dara ñu ngi ci biir indi leen box yi yëpp ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi woon ci Kër Jarga woot bi.
ok pour balaa ngaa sore pour mu leer waa NPP mooy parti président Barrow bi ñoom ñoo génn di wane seen bopp noonu ci biti.
waaw ñoom ñu ngi celebrate already ñoom seen result nag suñ ko jëlee am nga affaire yi. vote count la xëy na loolu tax ñoom ñu ngi celebrate waaye ñoom rek ne gis ñuy celebrate gisuñ beneen parti di celebrate gis nañ sax waa Kër Jarga yi ñi nga xam ne ñoo escortoon candidate bu ko nekk di Awa Gueye ñoom seen boobu right now ñëw neen ak si ko bi NPP si bunti IEC bi ak si buntu gouvernement bi foofu ne ni mu ngi fuul Amadou ba boo sànnee mbattu mu daal di tag borom raay yi ñi ngay celebrate ñëpp ngay xoon kon dafa mel ni ñoom si seen gis-gis dafa mel ni jël leen raw gàddu gi wala jël leen ndam li loolu moo tax ñu ngi celebrate te gisuñ beneen parti di celebrate te gis neen tam beneen parti bu nga xam ne dafa teewaloon koo xam ne motul dafa teewaloon beneen parti waaye mu ngay jokkoo ñooñu di wax ne élection ni ndee booy la mbi ntel booy la inde loolu mooy gis ngeen daanu ne kon loolu ñooñu si ñeneen la NPP élection taale so mu ngay wax loolu jëlee neen ko si ñoo xam ne ni dañ teewaloon yeneen parti yi
very well léegi fu mu nekk nii IEC ñoom waxaguñ lu leer fu mu nekk nii ñoom ñu ngi si biir ñu ngi def seen liggéey kañ la voting bi stop kañ la voting bi stop da yàgg na
box yi yëpp ñëw ñu ngi in place IEC office returning officer bu fi nekk
waaw
Pa Kane moom waxagut dara waaye NPP kon nu ma la ko waxee seen militancy from Kere Omar Sène from Kër Jarga Kuntaya so all dëkk yooyu noonu yëpp ñëw neen ci buntu IEC bi so di celebrate motorcycle yaa ngi xoon ci biir Kerewan mu ngi yëngatu ñëpp a ngi daa di celebrate right now dama may distance tuuti waaye is not doo ma doon mun a dégg ndéeg oto NPP pick-up yu weex ñu ngi fa bari kon ñoom jël leen ndam ni waaye IEC rek ñi nga xam ne ni ñoo amee baat bu mujj bi ñoom ñi ngay wàccee box yi ci moto yi ba dugal nañ ko ci biir office yi xam naa li ci def ci kanam tuuti ñoom dinañ déclarer résultat yi nga xam ne rotee na ci élection bu xew tey ci Kër Jarga woot
aja mu ngi noonu léegi bu dee yaa ngi maa dégg moon ña
waaw Amadou
waaw gis nga it's just 20 minutes after 6 o'clock dañ bëgg a xam ndax voting bi dafa teel a tëj foofu dafa teel a jeex ndax nit ñi ñu génn a bariwuñ wala naka la fa demee ndax 5 o'clock lañ tëj vote si within 1 hour 20 minutes ñoom continuer lu ñu war a compter yëpp ba tey meñ bu fekkee ne sport counting lañ def tamit xëy na loolu moo waral tey ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi génn di celebrate ñu xam lan mooy xew kañ la exactly la voting bi tëj ak nit ñi seen génn bi naka la meloon ndax bari woon na loolu wala am déet.
Amadou dafa powoon trop it was very poor nit ñi génnuñ ñu bëri ñu ngi koo jàmbat mais nit ñi génnuñ nit ñi den dem si tool yi suñu wàccee dinañ ñëw su mel ni kër Omar Sène mun nga teg ataaya naan poos naan seconde balaa keneen di ñëw naanaan laas balaa keneen di ñëw kon foofu nu doon demee des na su ci xawoon a tane mooy Kër Jarga si boppam foofu moom yaa ngi doon gis ne bi ci suba bee boori 3 nit yaa ngi doon ñëw waaye terewul sax ni nit ñi war a génnewuñ ko Kuntaya tam nit ñaa ngay joytu ñu ne nit ñi génnuñ sànni waaw ñu si mel ni tam Kër Sele ak yeneen dëkk yi bëree bëri nekk ci biir woot bi liñ jàmbat daal mooy ne nit ñi génnuñ turnout bi is very poor ak lu daan am dafa utee trop Amadou waaw.
ok mu ngi noonu ndax fu mu nekk nii comme ni nga ko waxee gis nañ ne celebration bi mu ngi dem yeneen parti yi ndax dégg nga gaa yi ngay query wala gis nga fa ñi seen nit ñi wala ñoom gisuloo ñu def dara fu mu nekk nii waa NPP rek ñoom ñoo nekk di yëngal foofu.
waaw yeneen parti nag gisuñ kenn ku fi ñëw fii daal right now parti bi ñu fi gis nga xam ne ñu ngi war motocycle jigéen ñi fu mu nekk nii Amadou su ma waxee yow nii bunti ay kan is full na. dafa ëpp nu mu meloon ci time nomination bi nekk Kerewan yëpp ñu ngi génn si ñi nga xam ne ni ñoo seen njiit yi NPP yi nekk si gox bi Farafeñe Njabakunda Kuntaya so ñoom ñëpp ñëw neen di célébrer seen victoire ñoom si nuñ ko waxee waaw te mun na because Amadou turnout bi baaxut nit ñi teel leen pare dafa mel ni compte bi teel na pare looloo waral nit ñi teel a xam risol bi ba balaa bokk ci di agsi ci IEC bi tam fekk nit yi ñi ngi célébrer Kerewan fii nii si buntu IEC regional office bi.
ok finally rek léegi balaa ñu laa bàyyi fu mu nekk ni celebration baa ngi dem yéen na ñu leeral rek it's not official yet from the IEC gaa ngi si biir di def seen liggéey di compter mais bi ak yooyu noonu ndax xam nga exactly ndax jot ngeen xam kan la ñoom la ñoo announce wala yónnee seen results yi ci amaan bi moom pour mu announce ko wala xamagu leen kañ la.
sorry baaloon ma nga répété.
waaw li ma doon wax rek mooy ne right now of course celebration baa ngee dem wax nga ne IEC seen official si mooy seen liggéeykat yi ñu ngi ci biir di def seen liggéey mun naa am ñu ngee compter ak yu mel noonu ndax jot ngeen xam exactly kañ la ñoo announce wala ñoom kañ la ñoo transfer results yi ci IEC ci amaan bi pour ñu génnee final results yi.
waaw right now pareil sax ñëw leen ñu ngi si bunti IEC bi di jéem a pousse militants pour ñu sori foofu ñooñu itam ñu ngi tëju si biir box yi ñëw neen am nañu yaakaar ne si kanam tuuti kii di kan dina daal di génn ñu dara mën a waxal moom xam naa ne next ci 1 hour or 1.5 hours loolu nga wax laajte di nga si gën a am lu leer incha allah waaye right now luñ mën a wax a boobu naan at ñi seetaan ne Kerewan moom waaye NPP ñu ngi koo toj si bunti IEC bi si ni waaw.
aja jërëjëf Modou Niang ñu ngi laa gërëm bu baax di la sant xam naa ci kanam tuuti du ñàkk ñu dellusiwaat jokkoowaat ak yéen foofu ci ground bi ñu seet yëf yi nu moo demee Sona interesting kerewaan teel naa yëngu de.
Teel naa yëngu. I have not declared it officially, but they are
absolutely.
Celebration.
Very well. Just a reminder rek ñu fàttali foofu ci Kër Jarga comme ni nga ko waxee ñeenti parti ñoom ñoo fa doon jongante gis na nag dafa mel ni ñoom waa NPP teel nañoo génn pour celebrate candidates yi nga xamante ne demoon nañ foofu ci Kër Jarga ward bi pour jongante contest ci élection bi mooy Mamadou Silla bu UDP Yama Cham bu GDC Awa Gueye bu NPP ak Wuye Jara bu APRC. But su fekkee ne emergency is anything to go by ñoom lu ñoo wane ne mooy dafa mel ni Awa Gueye bu NPP moom moo yóbbu ndam li ci lu ñu gisagum it's not official yet xamaguñ na yëf yi nu moo demee waaye gis ngeen celebration bi moon ñan tamit wax na ko nee na ci kanam wala ci bunti IEC bi foofu ci Yaman fees na deb ak ay supporters NPP gis ngeen gars yi ñëpp ñu ngi celebrate te dëkk yëpp ñu war foofu tamit ñu ngi celebrate so waaw dafa mel ni sport counting bi
there is likely when countings are going on nit dafa nekk bu nga xamante ne will feeding people with whatever that is going on maybe that is what is transparent in right now but we are not certain we are not officially informed
the thing
that
is
NPP is actually winning.
The thing is nit ñi dañ laa wax ne 2016 presidential election bi ñoom by this time xamoon nañ sax Jammeh lose na because ñoom yaa ngi am sa représentation ku nekk sa police station bi yow su fekkee ne parti bi nga nekkal foofu li nga am buñ ko counté rek balaa ñoo ko yóbbu ci office bi sax yow xam nga man 150 whatever amount bi ma am fii so you send it to your people and they would tally the votes immediately xam ne ñun li lañ am so balaa IEC di dem foofu noonu di jéema di wax ne ay di lifin affaire yi di sign fale fekk ñoom nit ñi xam nañ lu xew so social media will play its part here. And I know right now, gis nga affaire yi maybe they are already told that they are the winners and they has no time to
perhaps maybe they are not even told that they are the winners, but maybe they are told they are leading right now. Well, and if there is still some votes that are yet to be counted.
This is not American elections. This is not Joe Biden and Trump.
The particular person who might have informed them that they have actually win might be misleading them. So in this case, it can cause a lot of confusion and chaos as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
If IEC comes in turn and says different political party win and NPP is seen celebrating
and the reference is what happened in 2016.
What are we going to say?
The reference is what happened in 2016. IEC announced a particular results and then later they came back said they made a mistake. I only hope that they learn from that.
And there was
anything sort of that would not happen. But be rest assured that we are not confirming is the final results or is the confirming result of this what in Kër Jarga ward, of course. What we are saying as of now is that it appears that NPP people or their party or whatever it is they are showing that as if they have already won the elections. That's the signs that we are seeing right now on the ground. Until we hear something different or we heard from the Independent Electoral Commission, that's the IEC, then we can officially give you the factual and confirmed results. Authenticated results from the IEC, but until then we cannot confirm any result as of now. I think that's clear.
We don't know exactly when the IEC will be coming out to announce the result, but from our correspondent we can't be expecting them in the next half an hour time.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the situation. Yeah, that's the situation. I think we should be going back to the book again.
So let's go to Notbank and see what they
non ci debbo la dong men camping sta ko mo data jekko day momo la tele len biro la wo fele tele inshallah ben ni ngalola ngame president marola ko ndi fa ifa ko dala tewo mu te dula dinku ya yemuna jowo ko do mo yemna mi do ko na inshallah ifa fa ay to ko da ko date ni wona mankata wallahi to yalla boy Yes, I Africa TV. Huh? I Africa TV. We are part of my colleagues. Yeah. So, You have anything to ask helicopter?
Yes, so then I see you are just here with these people. So I want to know why you are here also.
So our supporters, NPP supporters.
Yes, you know, but you look like you have confidence, or you are, I say you look like you have confidence.
This is Sport County.
Where?
This is Sport County.
Okay.
We are at the old police station.
Oh, okay.
Was done in our prison.
Okay.
We won. We won. All the police station.
Okay.
Except one.
Okay. So all these people is looking like say that your party people. Yes. All these people, it look like your party people.
They have won all the police stations expect one. Interesting. Like you see, this is what we are talking. He said it's the sport counting, so they are not waiting IEC. And in this case, again, one may wonder whether now people would wait for IEC to confirm these results or not. This is maybe the one.
Well, they are the reliable source. We should wait for them. We cannot
absolutely,
rely on
absolutely.
what they are saying.
Yeah, but I mean, this is what they are trying. They are claiming right now that they have won all the police stations. You know, except one. Whether that's the case or not, we cannot confirm it. That's the NPP people, and they're excited, as you can see, and we will just have to be weird. We should not be carried about this, and I hope you too are very much cautious about what is happening. It's politics, you cannot just tell. NPP are just celebrating.
They are there in Janjambura celebrating, and in North Bank as well, they are celebrating.
Oh, they are well, interesting. You can see what's going to happen. This is, you know, many said this is an examination, sort of, for NPP. Whether they are going to pass or not, we don't know, but apparently, you can see it looks like if what they are showing is anything to go by, they are definitely
with
showing.
With regards to that, many are claiming that this is going to be a test for the NPP. If they happen to win these by-elections, then perhaps there is hope for them in the coming 2021 elections. But in an exclusive interview with the president, the recent interview that we had with him, he said this by-election cannot determine the victory of NPP in the 2021 presidential elections. Maybe if we can have that excerpt of the president saying that.
Yes, I think yes, we can hear from the president if people are ready. Okay. Yeah, we will come back to that, Sohna, later on, as you said. ñu fàttali rek ne ba léegi ñu ngi waxtaan li nga xamante ne mooy affaire élection si gis ngeen ne dafa mel ni yëfi du sori ci kanam tuuti amaana nañ xam élection bi naka la tëddee foofu ci Kër Jarga ak tamit ci Ñaamina West waaye su fekkee ne lu ñoo gisagum right now foofu ci Kerewaan comme ni ngeen gisee image yi waa NPP daal ñoom ñu ngi génn nañ di wane seen bopp di wane ne ñoom ñoo jël ndam li ñoom ñoo jël raw gàddu gi foofu ci élection bi nga xamante ne mooy ñeenti parti ñoom ñoo fa doon jongante mooy UDP GDC NPP ak APRC dafa mel ni nag NPP ñoom ñu ne sport counting bi wane na ñoom ñoo win polling station ci yëpp foofu ci ward bi ba mu des benn ci nu ko waxee loolu nag ñun duñ ci sukkandeku pour wax ne loolu moo am foofu ci ward bi lu ñu mën a wax rek loolu ngeen gisagum gis ngeen ne dañ leen di won rek ngeen xam ne du suñu ay kaddu noonu la nekk di xewee ci ground bi su ko defee nag li mënta am ñu xaarandi rek AAC ñoom ñi nga xamante ñoom lañ dal di sas waaye tamit dal leen jox affaire élection ci biir réew mi ñoom ñoo jox di final results yi nga xamante ne ñoom loolu la ñu am bu ñëwee dañoo déggal li MPP di wax mooy kon ñu xamee ko noonu bu fekkee tamit waxee nañ ko leneen naka zalika loolu tamit dañ ko xaar ci kanam the same thing also foofu ci opinion mi li ci mënta am nañ ci def jàngat bu yaatu ci kanam tuuti du ñàkk nañ jokkoo ay nit ci ground bi tamit suñ ndaw yi fa nekk waaye tamit ñenn ci political party si seen representatives ak tamit ñi nga xamante ne mooy seen nit ñi nekk ci ground si ñu wax leen ñoom naka lañ jàngatee situation bi ak yu mel noonu su ko defee Sohna.
So I think the president's interview can come in now.
Okay. Waaw su ko defee rek ñu comme noo ko waxee of course the president bu yàggul xam ngeen ne mu ngi doon waxtaan ak Africa ñu laajte ko nag ci affaire élection bi naka la ko gisee ak naka la foog ne sax ndax loolu ndax ñu bari ñu ngi wax ne bu fekkee ne ñoom win nañ dana am nu mu demee ci 2021 president's election bi waaye moom nee na loolu du ci dara su ko defee du ma si sori nañu ànd ak ñu déglu président Barrow ñu dellusiwaat.
ñu war a am semaine buy ñëw nii. dafa mel ni am na ñuy wax ne ñooñu ñoo hold the future of NPP parce que foofu ngeen a nattee seen doole ndax li ngeen mën a dem si li nga xamante ni moom mooy 2021 elections yi su nekkee ne win ngeen wala lose ngeen lii di elections yooyu noonu ban impact la moo am si sa parti.
ba élection di du decide dara si Gambia si élection yi Gambia voter su nekk ñaamina suma fàtte woon I think is 4,300 Yokadu is about 10,000 combined 15,000 votes loolu naka la influencer élection bu ñëw Gambia 1 million votes that's a drop in the ocean it's not significant waaye bëgg nañ pour win bi daf lay gën a ñemeñ lo win bi daf lay gën a jox confidence loolu rek moo fa nekk waaye du influence benn dara mun ngaa win by election boobu tam doo win general election mun ngaa ñàkk a win foofu tam nga win general elections 15,000 votes dafa tuuti trop pour mu influence décision buy ñëw amul benn waaye nag win lañ bëgg a def looloo tax suñ nit ñi ñu ngi foofu guddi ak bëccëg ñu ngi convoi ñu ngi campagne nit ñi pour ñu votal ñi loolu moo ñu ngi koo def.
Achia, mu ngi noonu President Barrow downplayed in the importance of these elections leading to the 2021 elections but wax na daal mu ne bëgg nañ win. You know, and
but he said a vote count of less than 15,000 people cannot determine them not being victorious in the 2021 presidential elections, and he is so in certainty that NPP will be there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what he's saying. He's downplaying some of what the people are saying. It's a test for NPP going into the 2021 presidential election, and he said that's not significant. You know, but equally they would want to win, because if you win, that would give you more hope. That would give you more. That will ginger your instinct and you know, your hope of going to the presidential elections. But in case you lose, probably in one way or the other, you might be you know, tempted to say, listen, we have to do more. We need to be more strategizing and of course and all that. But you know, it's what he said well before today's election. It was just in a recent interview that he had with Africa TV, and he was asked about this election matter or issues. Yeah, so we would be waiting to get to our people. Sona, I think President Barrow's comments, I don't know if this, how right now people will see this, because he have said it, and apparently it appears his people are out there celebrating.
His people are out there celebrating, although it is not officially confirmed that NPP has already won the elections, but they are in the streets of Janjambura and also Nyamina West celebrating, declaring victorious from the ongoing elections that is currently happening there.
Yes, indeed, and this vote counting thing is good, is interesting, but I don't think it's I mean all good to fully rely on that. But again, we would just say we would just have to patiently wait for the IEC to confirm. Yeah, but it's a very important elections because for Nyamina West, it has been a long wait. This should have happened, I think, barely 3 months or 4 when the late Demboso passed away in January this year. But due to the COVID-19 situation, IEC could not hold the elections. And so at some point, some of the political parties say, you know, listen, it's not fair. You cannot just hold us for ransom, and you need to hold this election, and so that we can know what is our fate, and we move on. And then, you know, with all that, IEC also were working on the ground on issues. Eventually, they announced a date, and that was today, the 7th of November 2020. And here we are today. All that we are talking about, it's definitely these two elections in the Nyamina West constituency, and of course in Kerjarga ward. Expectations are very high from all ends, and of course as we speak, nothing official yet, but there are some claims that are done, not like what is happening in the US. We cannot wait for days to know who wins this election. Absolutely not.
For sure.
You know, we cannot be like the Americans. They have waited for so long, yet still not known who has won the election.
Has delayed a lot of things
absolutely.
that could have taken place.
Yeah,
but then the IEC also said that this will be a testing ground for them as well as to how they want to see the 2021 presidential elections being conducted, because we can be attacked by a second wave of COVID-19. We've seen Europe experiencing the second wave, and Gambia is not at any way safe from falling in the same trap as well. In fact, the West African nation in general.
Yeah, you know, we have to live with COVID. We have to do things with COVID. It's a test. Right now, COVID is not as it was some months ago in this country. That's thank God. We are really happy about it. The situation is more or less dying down, and we hope it will continue to be the same, or even finally and completely out of this country. That's the situation. But whether it's here or not, IEC confirms that elections are going to hold. The president said whether COVID is here or not, the 2021 presidential election are going to take place. And the oppositions, as the political parties equally, are ready for that. They are saying, come what may, we are going to hold the elections in 2021, December 4th. It's the D-Day.
So all this boils down on how IEC is going to handle the process, some of the measures, strict measures that they are going to stipulate to make sure that they don't in any way contribute to the spread of the coronavirus in the country.
Yeah, because the health authorities would be very much observant of the situation on the ground, because they advised that there should be social distancing. Their protocols have to be put in place so that the public would respect that and will follow that to the latter. And I think that's crucial and that's important as well. But with what we have seen there today in the various sides that we have, have our people on the ground. Of course, not everyone have, respected the regulations or the protocols on the ground. Some people did not put their face masks, but some people, of course, respected the social distance. But in some part of the, especially in Kerjarga, as we have from our correspondent or reporter, said they really abide by the rules, because anyone who would go in there and vote, they will make sure that you put on your face mask before you are given the bulletin. You are allowed to go in and vote the marble to vote. So, and the issue of marble and paper ballots also is something that is yet to be confirmed going into the 2021 president's election. And many thought there could have been another test for the IEC, but I think they have used the marbles this time around. So whether they are going to maintain the same system, because Gambia have a very unique way of holding elections compared to what happened in other parts of the world. We have our unique marbles, not paper ballots. Hardly you can claim any fraud, or you can do any fraud in this kind of system, like we have seen of late, or some days ago, Donald Trump has been claiming that there are frauds in the American election, whatever. But in our case, we use marbles. So we are unique as a country, and I just hope that the political parties will discuss and see what they can do about that.
Celebrations are still ongoing in North Bank.
Oh, really?
And we will visit there and see how they are celebrating.
Wow.
Is it still NPP celebrating on the streets? And you can see ladies in the forefront singing and dancing along. Of the Gambian leader.
What are they saying?
They are saying, Mama Kande Adama Barrow Manke Fulanti.
And what does that mean?
Amma, do you know what that means? So why
Not
do
for
you want
me. I don't know to know what it means. You know? But anyway.
But well, they are declaring their victory right now. That is what I can best summarize.
Well, and they have already, have their own song. They have started singing, climbing, and dancing. That's quite interesting. Look at this. That's the situation on the ground. Well. Celebration have erupted in the North Bank, as you can see. Okay, we can go back to Kerewan again and talk to our very own Modou Mohamed Niang. Modou Niang ñu ngi lay nuyuwaat dafa mel ni yëf yi ñu ngi gën a tar foofu noonu ci fi ngeen nekk.
waaw Amadou jërëjëf keneen yoon comme ni ñu ko waxee rek fii boobu xam naa ne tey dina bëri ñu nga xam ne li ci dëkk bi parce que waxtu woowu jot na te sabar yeeg yëpp Amadou dafa gën a yokk comme lu ma la ko waxoon ci gannaaw lu fi xew dafa gën a yokkaat fu mu nekk nii sax pour parents yi rek ne booloo mi sax dafa xaw a doy waar te dafa mel ni que ñi ñaa ngee jógee comme anywhere ci gox bi ne ci mel ni Farafenni Jaabakunda ak seen jal bu wot ci boppam ñëpp ñu ngi ci waaye waxtaan nañ si kenn boo xam ne mooy chairman NPP wane ne moom moo nekkoon depuis chairman bu yore woon nekkoon UDP ci ñi mu ne moom gën na am yaakaar te am na jàngat bu rëy ci élection bi am na jàngat bu boo xam ne tax na ko ne ci yoon yi on 2021 wan nañ ko ne nag élection boobu la ne ak gox goxaat yi la dafa xaw a ubbi waaw mu ne bii daal dafa mel ni primary school woon ci moom wala nursery school jàngat nañ ci jàngat bi wax ragalatuñ ci yoon yi 2021 bii di ñëw keneen ci nga xam ne nii bokk na ci fonkali NPP yi ñu ne parti bi nga xam ne buñ ko sampee yàggut mu ñëw bokk jongante daan jël bu yem nii te ndax lu tax liñ sax yem ak ñoom niñ ko waxee ci ñu ne daal dafa bëri ñu bëri amul di gis te ñu bëri tam seen di gis dafa rëy rek yooyu noonu ci biir loolu nag wax nañ ko ne ay si chairman bi sax ku fi toogal fii ay ku fi toogal ay si mu ne ne sax am nañu nga ay registre yin defar xanaa ko kon mbaa loolu ndika lay mu ne ba léegi am na ñu defar registre yoo xam ne te réer la woon wala ñu yàqule waaye terewul bu doon téeméer NPP juróom fukki bi rek ñoo woote waaye konoon candidat yi mu ko seeqal da ngaa gis na sax du am seen nomination amount bi ñu am fii ci AIC soo wane na ne daal ñoom seen xel daal na te am nañ lamp yi taal pour yoon bi jëm leeral 2021 li ngi promise Adama Barrow mu daal di toog fële so benn si kuréel gi xam naa yaa ko doon seedaan am na wéy yu bëri wu ci Mandinka xam naa ne di wane ne rek UDP ak UDP wane na ne daal waa ji di seen morom xam naa loolu lañ ko doon wéyee ci Mandinka di daal di célébrer waaye gis nañ ci nit ñoo xam ne day combo am na si ñoo xam ne sax moo nekk au niveau mel ci amaan bi foofu noonu ñoom tam gis nañ ko ci biir mbooloo bi kon dafa mel ni ñoom waajaloo leen lii Amadou daal fii ci Kerewan ci bunti AIC foo sànni mbas mu tag te yemul si nit yaa ngi ñëw dafa foog ne fii balaa returning officer bi di def déclaration bi fii dina gën a fees bu baax a baax waaw xanaa balaa bu xëy na lamb moo ñuy di stop ci waaye dinañ ko mën a jokkoo ñu leen di wax li nga xam ne moo fi nekk di ci biir ci Kerewan Amadou waaw.
waaw dafa mel ni nit ñi génnuñ ci sànni carte bi waaye nit yaa ngi gën a bari right now ci celebration bi comme noo ko waxee léegi xam naa ne ñëpp ñu ngi xaar léegi gars yi lan la ñoo wax final results yi ba léegi xamagu leen kan la.
waaw xam nga xëy na ñi góob ma ne dinañ célébrer ci loo xam ne dafay spot count yi dafa daanaka ñenn ci ñoom ñoo gis rek ñoom daa woon result yi li nga xam ne candidat am na ko Kër Jarga am ko Kër Sele am ko Kër Omar Sène am ko Kuntaya te loolu yëpp ñu ngi nekk lu nga xam ne nii mu ngi ci seen loxo xëy na ñoom ci result yi leen gis di célébrer waaye problème bi mooy ne gisuñ ci benn parti buy célébrer tam only NPP leen gis ñuy célébrer bu rëy nag boo xam ne nii sax da ngaa foog ne sax lii ñoom président leen bii waaye du calculo rek waaye itam ñu ne xeebuñ ko ci ko lii mooy poste njëlbéen yow muy jongante ci fekkee toogu kon yow su ko wiinee dafa mel ni président Barrow beneen toogum la wiin waaw.
ok waaw jërëjëf Modou Niang thank you very much. waaw xam naa ci du ñàkk ci kanam tamit ñu dellusiwaat ak yéen waaye ñu ngi laa gërëm bu baax di la sant beneen yoon ci taxawaay bi situation bi is gaining momentum in terms of NPP. Yeah?
Celebrations are gaining momentum by every minute. And the first time NPP contesting in a by-election, and of course
in
they
an
are
election.
manifesting.
Yeah.
In an election in general. And now they are celebrating, even though the results are not yet officially announced. So we will wait on the IEC and see exactly what they will tell us as to who is the winner of these by-elections.
Okay. Yes, we go back with, we're going from Kerewan now, we head to Janjambure and talk to Abdullah Mendy. Abdullah Mendy, ñu ngi lay nuyuwaat Paco ñu ngi lay nuyu bu baax situation bi naka la mel fale ci Kerewan moom jubilation bi gaa ngee celebrate lan lañ mën a jàpp yéen fi ngeen nekk situation bi naka la mel.
jërëjëf Amadou comme ni ko waxee rek situation bi comme ni leen tànn ko woon ci ginnaaw rek pour ñu la mel bum ndax gis nañ ci ay jàppante rek na ci biir nga xam ne taw IEC waaye ba fi nekk ba ci jamono ji gisaguñu woon dara li nga xam moom
moo nekk ci li jëm ci woote li di results yi ñoo séntu ne du yàgg amaana ñu def ko fii ci biir IEC seen regional office bi nekk fii ci Janjanbureh Amadou comme niñ ko jot a déggee rek amaana xëj na ñu yaakaar tam ne foofu ci North Bank mbir mi daanaka bu pare wutit mu ngi waaj a pare waaye fii ci Janjanbureh ba ci jamono ji ñuy wax ak yéen ni kii di chairpersonu IEC bi toggagul ci table bi pour jàkkaarloog askan gi xamal ñu la nga xam ne moom moo tukkee agum ci lii di sànni karta gi ñuy tànn ku war a toggal Ñaamina West foofu ca pencum ndawi réew mi war a wuutu place ndem si yàlla kii di honorable Demba Sow mi génn àddina ci ay weer ci ginnaaw Amadou.
ok dafa mel ni ñu ngay gis ne image yaa ngee wone gaa ngee pare di defar table yi ak yooyu waaye comme ni ñu ko waxee saa su ne ñu déggaguñ dara official si IEC waaye ndaw foru leen dara ci wéyu béy kon ni ñu koy waxee di gis ngi leen dara ci nit ñi yaa ngee claim ne diw moo wi nagum comme ni ñu ko gisee fale ci North Bank.
waa Amadou fii nag li xala jafeloo mbir mi tuuti rek mooy boo ko seetloo diggante Ñaamina East ak Janjanbureh bi nekk nii ci diggante gi distance bu gudda dox na seen diggante naam ci jamono jokkoo ak jokkalante lañ toll du ñàkk amaana mu am ay xibaar yi nga xam ne yuñ jot la waaye lu jëm ci sànni karta day baax surtout ëttu këru yëglekaay bu toll ni ay Africa mu jot ay results yi nga xam ne ñoo officiel bàyyeekoo ci ñii di ndawal IEC waaye réerewuñ mbir ne ci WhatsApp groups yi ak ci social media bi am na yeneen ci ay results yi nga xam ne ñu ngi ko cee génnee waaye comme ñun dem nañ ba agsi fii daal yaakaar naa li gën a wérte wóor mooy ñu séntoo ko ci làmmiñu kii di chairpersonu IEC pour loolu gën a doon li dëggu waaye liñ gën a njort mooy loolu yàggatul ci jamono jii nii.
ok loolu yàggatut comme noo ko waxee foofu ci Janjanbureh dafa mel ni gaa ngi réglé place bi xam naa ne du ñàkk ñëpp mun nañu am patient boobu mun a xaar ñu déggee ko comme noo ko waxee officiel yi ci IEC comme noo ko waxee nag du ñàkk fu mu nekk nii dina am ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi seen ay yeneen xibaar ci WhatsApp si ak yu social media yi moom foog mu play part léegi fu mu nekk nii général yi comme ni nga ko waxee gaa ngi lifin waaye comme ni ma ko waxee woon rek ci gannaaw ndax gis nga foofu ay kilifa yi nga xamante ne ci nguur gi lañ bokk jamono ji ndax ñu ngi ci ground bi foofu wala yeneen parti yi yu mel ni comme GDC ndax ñu ngi ci ground bi pour déglu yi nga xamante ne mooy IEC lu ñoo wax wala bu jógee ko ci NPP ndax gisaagum nga gars yi foofu right now.
ok Amadou fii boo fi seetee xal naa wéet tuuti compared to yeneen elections yi buy am ci biir Janjanbureh naka la ambiance bi dee mel fii ci IEC seen regional office bi fii waaye tam ndax loolu teel na pour ñu wax ne ñeneen ñi duñ ñëw amaana déet mooy li ma la wax rek distance bi tam am na lim cee contribute xëj na a lot waaye lu mooy loolu nag fii mu ngi wéetagum amagut ci yenn ci ay high dignitaries yi wala ci ay high profile government officials yi ñu fi gis maanaam governor of the region jaaroon na fi it pour seet situation bi nu mel fii nii waaye jotuñoo waxtaan ak moom itam ci li nga xam ne moo di gis-gisam waaye liñ gisagum daal mooy GDC ba ci jamono ji daal amagut kenn ku ñu joxoñal ku ñuy wane ne daal kii mu ngi fee doxantu te it ndawal GDC la wala ci parti GDC la jógee amaana du ñàkk mën na am ci biir nit ñi xëy na comme xamantewuñ ak moom waaye bu fekkee it ne am na borom fësagut pour ñu gis ko waaye NPP ki nga xam ne nit ñi ràññee nañ ko bu baax mooy ki ma la doon wax ci njëlbeen muy honorable Sidi Ndiaye moom mu ngi fi fees fidèle nit ñaa ngi ko gis te yaakaar nañ daal ne li ko fi indi mooy li ñu fi indi ñun ñëpp pour déglu lii di results yi.
aca waaw mu ngi noonu am na solo su ko defee kon yow nañ la bàyyagum foofu nga bàyyi xel IEC seen doxalin bu fekkee ne waxtu bi jot na rek ñu dellusiwaat fi yow ñu déggee ko ci ñoom xam naa ne yëf yi soretul ñu ngi laa gërëmaagum bu baax ci taxawaay bi amati na solo xam naa ne du ñàkk ñu ngi try suñ gaay yu nekk foofu ci Ñaamina ñu wax ñu ñoom tamit situation bi foofu naka la mel ndax 7 o'clock soretul fii ci Gambia in case yéen a ngi nekk ci biti te police station yi ñu tëjee ak léegi xaal naa yàgg tuuti compte bi léegi foofu ci Ñaamena surtout about 4,000 votes lañ am all together 4,375 mooy total registered votes waaye nekkul ñëpp ñoom ñooy vote depuis booba léegi am na ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi ci kombo gi wala tukki nañ am na ñeneen ñi nga xamante ne sax gaañu nañ am na ñeneen ñi nga xamante ne sax duñ ci am interest donc duñ dem gis ngeen turnout bi ci yeneen gox yi surtout boori Kër Jarga moom dafa po suñ gars yi nuñ ko waxee soo yooyu yëpp dana tax yëf yi du bari noonu soo compte bi foogul ne daal war naa yàgga soo ay si jàpp ne daal fii bee balaa 8 o'clock mais bi amaana na fekk ñu announce results yi so ngeen am patience rek ànd ak ñun inshallah we'll make sure that you are adequately and rightfully informed. Sona.
So, and he was saying that CD is spotted on the crowd as he's observing the elections going on, but he said that he has not seen any GDC member because perhaps he does not know the representative there to observe how the election is ongoing, but of course NPP member is spotted supervising how Sidi Njai is spotted there supervising how the elections are going.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it is, and we will keep our eyes very close also as we are following. People are on the respective grounds, getting us updates as they happen on the ground. And I think that's important, and we equally doing this so that the viewers and the Gambian people would definitely know how things are. Unfolding in the respective areas. That is in the North Bank region, in Krejarga, to be precise, and of course in the Nyamina Western Central River region, where the IEC chairman is there in the IEC regional bureau or office in Central River region in Janjambure to announce the official result of the respective elections today. So apparently it has been...
The number of people who voted is not that much, so
yeah,
we hopefully anticipating for them to announce the results in any time soon, because not everyone turned out to vote, but in the celebrations you can see a lot of people rather coming out in like number to celebrate their supposed victory, which is of course unofficially not announced by IEC, but we will still wait on their announcement and see who wins this by-election.
Yeah, we have waited for months, we have waited for weeks, so we would be able to wait for hours or minutes to know what is the outcome, and you can see people are going in. That is the IEC regional office in Janjambure. I just only hope that anytime soon, the official results would be announced, and definitely you will hear it first here on Africa TV as you are watching. Since in the morning we have been making sure that you are informed and things are happening on the respective ground. So you see, you talked about the representation of the different political parties, but of course I know somebody should be there also for JDC.
Yeah, they might be there.
Because he might not know the person.
He might not know them from what he said. He's not aware of any representative from GDC, but of course we are expecting someone to be there supervising how the election is ongoing.
Yeah, absolutely, and by that we would of course then wait and see what would be the outcome of the results, and we will remind you that again. It's just by-elections here in the Gambia. It's nothing like presidential elections. It's just only by-elections in the Nyamina East constituency and the Kerjaga ward rather in Jokadu, that is in the North Bank region. So that's the situation right now, and we want to remind you again the reason why this by-election is taking place in Nyamina, which is because the National Assembly member who was representing the constituency, that's the late Honorable Dembaso, passed away earlier this year in January, and then that led to the IEC to conduct another election. Somebody can succeed him. So we are waiting for the final results, and in that we have only 2 candidates contesting. That is, of course, Joro Jallo of the GDC and Biram Sow of the NRP. And this is to say NRP is the President Barrow's newly formed party, and it's the first time that the party is contesting in an election, and apparently they will be keen to know what is the outcome of these results, because for many it's a test or it's an examination for the NPP party. There has been a lot of talks and debate about this election, especially in the side of NPP. If they lose, what's going to happen? If they win, what message are they sending? What is the signal? You heard from Lamin Cham earlier on, who's the campaign propaganda of the party.
Just giving us a brief background of what is happening in Nyamina West as to what prompted this by-election. And in Kerjarga, election is going to replace Alpha Khan, who resigned from the GDC and joined President Barrow's party in March, which of course led to him forfeiting his seat in the process. So now they are voting in to replace him.
Yeah, absolutely. They are voting, and in that regard, we have 4 candidates that are contesting in that place. Apparently, as you have been saying a few moments ago, that NPP claimed victory or are claiming victors of the election. But just to say, we have 4 candidates contesting in that constituency, and they are from 4 different parties. And these parties are Umudu Sila for UDP, Yamacham for GDC, our guy for NPP, and of course, Wiyajara for APRC. And we are talking about, some of the biggest political parties here in this country. If you talk about the UDP, you talk about the APRC, you talk about the GDC, and other parties who are also supporting some of these parties in this election. So quite a very interesting moment, as you have been seeing. So right now,
it's unfortunate that we are not able to have an interview with any of the political parties that are currently in that participated in the Kerjarga ward elections, that is the UDP, GDC, and NPP, and of course APRC. We are only able to speak with our journalists, our correspondents in the ground there in the morning, spoke with the NPP contestant and of course GDC as well, but in Kerjarga, interviews were not conducted because I think they have not spotted any of the contestants in there. Yeah, absolutely.
These are very interesting moments, and we are waiting to see what's going to happen. Just bear with us. IEC are working, finalizing their things, and they are readying themselves to make sure that they would give out the official results of these elections, and we wouldn't want to confirm any of the other results. But of course, as you know, and we mentioned it from the beginning, that the social media will play a part. Already there are people who have known the results in their own rights, and no one can dispute that on their own way. But officially, it's not yet confirmed, and we can only wait for that. And that's very, we are reiterating that because it's very, very important.
Yeah,
right
important.
Now, if you get to the social media, WhatsApp platforms, people have already giving victory to one of the parties here and there, but we are not relying on that. We're just waiting for the official version.
Made by IEC, of course.
Yeah. Su ko defee rek mbokk yi kon ni ngeen ko gisee ñu ngi xaarandi tuuti rek IEC xam naa du yàgga ñu dal di joxe li nga xamante ne mooy final results yi, waaye comme ni ngeen ko gisee foofu ci North Bank ñu ngi wax ne NPP ñoom ñoo win. am na ñuy wax tamit sax ne results yi fale ci Nyamina West noonu la demee ak yooyu, waaye loolu ñun duñ ko mën a waxagum. luñ mën a wax rek dañoo xaar IEC ñoom ñu joxe the official results. So now that's the situation right now, and I think.
And we're having Paco right now on the line.
Exactly. So we should be going back to Janjanbureh again. Paco, Abdoulaye Mendy, ñu ngi lay nuyuwaat lan lañ mën a jàpp fu mu nekk nii fan ngeen toll ci yëf yi.
waaw jërëjëf Amadou, comme ni nga ko doon waxee rek ci ginnaaw GDC seen ndaw kon dafa nekk gisante wu ñu ak ñoom waaye bi ñu waxtaanee xamal nañ ne ñoom ci juróomi waxtu ñu ngi ci woon di xaaral li nga xam ne moom de récolte amaana du ñàkk bëggoon nañoo waxtaan ak pour kanak moo wal ji waaye jamono bi rek ci di return daal di acti li nga xam ne moom récolte ci lañ dugg ci biir pour ci di CFS ak bi commencé pour li nga xam ne moom mooy récolte mooy comme ni nga ko waxee woon jël jongat ci diggante ji di ak NPP NPP nag samp ci bër bi ñu ko turu am kuwa di si samp bër bi wuyoo yoro cenno ante gi doon jël diggante ñaari parti yi nii ci biir réew ndax lii tam bokk na ci li nga xam ne moom taarix bu naam dëgg la it yeneen ci ay tund mu di noot baan moo na yeneen jongante yi fa nekk waaye fii daanaka kii bi ci appartenu IEC bi ci boppam moom mooy indi li nga xam ne nag moom mooy final result ci pour ñu mun koo sax dina wërngal te
waaw kon daal comme ni nga ko waxee dafa mel ni daal yëf yi noonu la tollu right now ci situation bi ndax IEC fu mu nekk nii ñoom gis nañ sànq yéen gaa ngi doon dugg ak di jéem a pare pour joxe final results yi ndax loolu tamit waxoon yaa ngi doon wax ci gannaaw soreetut ndax léegi tey gars yi announce ko wala naka la.
waaw loolu la ñuy wax ne fi mu nekk jot nañ ne yàgg si returning sànq rek ci ay clip néew la ak li nga xam ne moom lay ci attaque ci ragaral te war a fii so du ñàkk xëy na sax laata muy tàggatoo ci jokko bi nga xam ne moom mooy jaman ay ci moom sax ci di liggéey bi ñu xam kan moo jiitu ci réew Amadou jokko bi am na mu xala jàppe tuuti ma man laa dégg boo ma nee joxe sabaat ci lu gën a looli tax
waaw kon nañ ko doxalee noonu jërëjëf ñu bàyyi ko mu dem mu fexe régler affaire yi situation bi ñu mun a dégg ci gars yi directly soxna.
I see they're taking longer than we expected.
Yeah, definitely.
Whatever that might be the situation on ground, we'll patiently be waiting for them to announce the official results of the elections.
Yeah, absolutely. We are waiting to hear from the IEC, and I said the votes are not many in the Nyamina West, but apparently, as we are saying, that we hope that anytime soon they would make sure they announce the official results, confirmed from the IEC. That's what we are waiting. But on different platforms, people, like I said, in their own way, are giving out different results. But we cannot rely on that, definitely. We just want to hear from the official version in this case. So just bear with us. I know it has been a long day. People have been anxiously waiting to know what is the outcome, or what will be the outcome of today's election in the different grounds, that is in the Nyamina West and, of course, in the Kerjarga ward. So what a moment it has been, Sona.
And still now we've not heard of any violence erupting, which Amadou, from the previous discussion we had, I told you that is something that we have to commend everyone there. I think each and everyone is showing some sign of maturity that this is just an election. They have to maintain the peace and stability that the Gambia is best known for. So from our interaction with our correspondent, none of them actually made mention of any violence being reported since the election started in the morning and up till now.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that is very, very important. We expected that, like I said, we have a new democracy, and we want people to grow. I mean, to grow along with the democracy. Maturity would play its part in here. People would know political, or should I say, politics. It's not about division. It's not about fighting. It's about development. It's about interest, as some will tell you.
It requires concerted effort. Not only one person can do it, but
absolutely.
And a lot of people coming, individuals coming forward, putting their hands on decks to see the Gambia that we want. So indeed, we have to commend ourselves, the citizens of the country, for maintaining that peace and stability throughout the election campaign and also the election day today.
Yeah, I hope that. And whatever the case may be, when the results are announced, whosoever win, will be very careful of their celebrations to not to allow triggering any sort of disorder or trying to say any kind of word that can instigate violence here and there. We hope they would maintain the situation like this, and that we will all together move on as a country. And we have these political parties not because they are enemies, not because of something else. It's just because they all want to see the Gambia develop. They all want to see Gambia grow as a country. But each and every one of them have a different idea, have a different way of viewing things, and they think this is the right way we should go. This other person say, no, I have a different idea. My idea is the right way, or is the right thing that can develop the country. So in doing so, we get to the people and ask them, here we are. This is what we believe. This is what we have. What do you think about our programs or views or idea in what we think should grow your area or your country or your region or whatever? So there, the people have the final say. The honor lies on them to choose.
They might victorious. I just hope they will not overdo the celebration up to an extent of agitating violence or cracking anything that anger the losing point.
The Adama Barrow thing and the Mama Kanda thing is amanke what?
They say Mama Kande Adama Barrow is not your maid.
Yeah. So I hope they will be careful of saying just
they should avoid
such kind of things because sometimes
some people are so short-tempered and they cannot just accept defeat in most cases, so they have to be very careful in their line of celebration and know what to do and what not to do in the process.
All right, thank you very much. And as Americans have been waiting from Tuesday to now to know who will be their president for the next 4 years between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, for us here, as far as these elections are concerned, in Nyamina West and in the Kerjarga ward, I don't think we would wait any more longer than an hour to know who are the winners as far as these elections are concerned. And of course, the Independent Electoral Commission also job or work is concerned in this case. I think we have waited for hours. I think any moment from now we should hear from the chairman to tell us what is the outcome, what is the final results. And I think we should all be waiting for that. And I don't think it will take any more than an hour to tell us who has won these elections. People are already out there celebrating.
Suspense now.
Yeah, absolutely.
In a hurry to hear exactly who wins the elections. But hopefully IEC will step up and tell us the official winners of these elections, because we can also wait to hear exactly who wins. We have been here since in the morning giving updates on what is unfolding. So now we're just waiting for the final results and, crack the
and it appears
breaking news to them as well.
Yeah. Like we have seen earlier, celebrations are already taking place in the North Bank region, and I just only hope that maybe also maybe not the same, but celebration also might take will happen in the Serekundas or in the Greater Banjul areas, where especially these parties have their main bureaus. Whoever win, whether it's the GDC or NPP, maybe they will get together and of course have some celebration.
They will of course do a greater celebration.
And you know what? The next coming days is going to be interesting. Whatever might be the case, whatever might happen, And as I said earlier, to many, again, I will repeat, it's either a test or an examination for NPP. Are they going to pass it? It's something else. But both candidates were very much confident that they were going to win. For GDC, it was their seat, and they were adamantly clear that they were going to, to defend or to maintain their seat. They were very resolute and said, listen, NPP are doing all sort of things. They are going there, giving people money, promising things that they have not done since they took over power in 2016. President Barrow has been here, and for whatever they said a lot. But for NPP also, they counter those claims, saying no, they are just alleging, and we have all that we are doing. We have gone out there, tell people what we have, and this is what we can do, and thank God, like you said, everything was done in orderly manner, and I think that was important. And today, votes has been casted. And then what we are waiting now to know is the official version of the results from the IEC. But already people are claiming that victory for NPP in the Kerjarga ward. We don't know much about the Nyamina West, but others also are claiming the same that NPP have also won that seat, and others are saying it's GDC, but we cannot tell and we cannot confirm as of now.
And people have been claiming that this is a test for the NPP. If they win, then they have a chance to contest for the 2021 elections. But their party leader, which of course is the president, said this is not going to determine any victory for them. And it looks like IEC is about to begin proceedings in announcing exactly the election results.
Yes, that's the chairman. He's ready. He's seated. It looks like any moment from now he's going to announce the official results. That's the IEC chairman, Alhaji Ali Momar Njai. You can see there he's looking at the documents or the papers before him, consulting with some of the officials, some of his colleagues on the high table there. Gambia waiting. Gambians are watching the NPP people, GDC people from all angles, and I think the UDP people who are supporting GDC and other members, the likes of NRP, Ahmad Ba, of course the GPDP, and even the GAP leader was at the Nyamina, understood, showing support with NPP, and I heard him saying that he was equally very much hopeful that NPP are going to win. So whether that will be the case or not, in just a moment we will together hear from the IEC chairman.
Both political parties actually again solidarity from other political parties, because GDC, according to reports, they were again in support and solidarity from UDP, of course. So we will just wait and see how things will unfold once the IEC announce who exactly emerged victorious in these by-elections.
All right.
Go ahead.
Yes, we just wait. We remind you that you're watching live broadcast on this special live coverage on the by-elections in Nyamina West and Kirjananga, live on Africa TV. And thank you very much, wherever you might be watching around the world, for being with us since in the morning to now. And any moment from now, we should be hearing from the IEC chairman, Ali Momar Njai. You can see him there looking at the papers, trying to maybe figure out some issues before he will get onto the mic and start announcing the final results. And that's what we are all waiting for now. They are finalizing on issues, maybe trying to avoid the occurrence of another error. I know Gambians will be saying, I hope they will be careful not to allow giving out results that, again, people will say after a few hours, or they come back and say, oh, we look at, we missed out another polling station or here and there. Yeah, that's why, you can see the chairman, he is confirming.
Everything that is presented.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, before he announced and be held responsible, whatever he's going to say, despite he also trusted the people, the agents that he sent on the ground, but he need to figure out, you see, and look at properly. This is what is here, confirmed, signed, confirmed, documented, authenticated. Yeah, so I'm ready now to tell Gambians this is the outcome of the elections. That's what we are waiting right now.
Risks of them making any mistakes
with
these early celebrations that the NPP is doing.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they are professionals on the ground. They will take a total look of whatever that they have on hand before announcing anything that might cause confusion or misinformation to the general populace.
Acha mu ngi noonu gis ngeen yëf yi daanaka woteef bi yegg na ci ndong li léegi tey ñu yëf yi dal di buur ci depuis suba ba léegi ñu ngi doon xaar ne gis lu ñoo xaar mooy IEC joxe final results yi xaar bi amaana ci ñeneen yàgg na lool. Gis nañ nag ay different results ñi bari di wax ne diw moo win ñale ñoo win waaye ñu war a wax bi ñëpp gëm ko ñëpp tamit xam ne yëf yi noonu la demee moo IEC gis ngeen chairman bi mu ngi noonu toog na ba pare fu mu nekk ni mu ngi seet yëf yi ñu finalize ñu daal di announce results yi nu mu demee xaw ma foog naa ne Kër Jarga la ñoo doore ci woot bi am not so waaye foofu moo gën a féete ndaw buñ fa jógee amaana ñu dem Ñaamina mun na am tamit nag ñu dooree Ñaamina xam nga ko yëf yi naka lay demee waaye léegi tey rek ñu dal di xam naka la mbir yi demee mbaa di ngool bàyyi soona du ma nangu ma def loolu definitely loolu kay yow yaa ko war a def.
xam nga la Amadou Baye ma.
li nga toog fii ngay doo wax gars yi lu xew.
dinaa ko wax si Paul waaye su ma paree fii rek naa ko wax si Paul dem yow nga ñëw fi ëllëg nga wax ne du ma wax si Paul.
acca boog mu ngi noonu su ko defee
danga ma nekk di tooñ rek
non tooñu ma la da nga war a wax gars yi li xew nag
am nga sa mbokki police
waaw man moom bu la neexee sax man
xala jàppa suñu machine bi duñ dee mën a dégg ak déggante ak suñu
te dañoo surprise gars yi xam nga li soo waxee soose ma wax ci Pël bu njaago sax nañ ko fi waat tey balaa ñu fay jógee waaw nañ leen surprise ñu leen fii kuy wax si njaago results yi naka la demee waaw bu leen wax dara
dinaa record suma boss nag moom tam mu record ko sax I'm sure he's going to cheat me
anyway it's a crucial time I know so we just want to crack in jokes for now because I know some of the emotions and feelings would be very high as of now but any moment from now we should be hearing from the chairman, right?
Yeah, and our viewers must be really in suspense now. We've been here since in the morning updating them on the by-election that is happening in Nyamina West and of course
Kerjarga.
Yeah. I'm beginning to mix up these things here. It's too occurring to me. I've been saying the name since in the morning.
Yeah, very well. It has been a long day together with you. And of course, I know some of you have already received on our confirmed results, you know, but then we are waiting for the official version, and we just want to remind you again that you know it's just the by-elections in Nyamina and in Kerjarga. So the final moment is not that much far, so you can.
I think we can give them a little bit of biography, the biography of the contestants in the by-elections. If you can take us through with that, Amadou, to remind our viewers who exactly is contesting for what.
Yeah, again, should I start in Nyamina West? No, like let's say
the floor is yours. Wherever you start, really is okay.
Then just quick one in the Kerjarga ward, we have four candidates who were interested for the councillorship ward from 4 different parties. That's of course we have. You know, mention their names, but we repeat. You have Momodu Sela of UDP, Yama Cham of the JDC, our guy of NPP, and of course Weye Jara of APRC. These are the 4 candidates for the Kerjarga ward who were interested for the post, and this is because in 2018 the then councillor, of course, you know, resigned from his party and left the post vacant and joined the NPP, that's the President Barrow's newly formed party, and that of course resulted for the Independent Electoral Commission to declare the post vacant, and the interested candidate can file in their nominations, and then they can hold the by-election, and that's what exactly happened. And in Nyamina West, it's a different case. What happened is in the early part of this year, in January, the National Assembly member who, until his demise, was holding the position was Honorable Demba Sow, who passed away, you know, after an official mission in Morocco, you know, died, and then of course that resulted also for the IEC to open, you know, call for a by-election, but you know it has been a long wait, months of, you know, wait because of the COVID-19 pandemic, where he passed away in January, and of course somewhere around April, I think the elections were supposed to be held, but the Independent Electoral Commission could not do that. And you know, as time goes on, some of the political parties were very much concerned on the delay of holding the elections. They raised concerns. They went out to the media expressing their concern and frustration on why the delay of not holding the election. But the IEC were very clear. They said they cannot, for any reason, hold those elections at the time when the pandemic was very much felt and present in this country. And you know, I think that was in somehow was very understanding. And you know, but along the way, as we get on, somewhere around, I think, September, at the end of this September, then they declared that you know, now they are ready to hold the election on November 7th. That was the time that they declared nominations were open. Interested candidates can you know, send in their nomination, and then you know, we have only 2 candidates that saw interest. That is the GDC Yero Jallo, who of course showed in his interest of contesting the election, and Biram Sow of the NPP. But also it took some moments, or it took you know, some months before we know these candidates, because both for GDC, they went for primaries with other candidates who were also interested for the post, and then eventually Yero Jallow emerged as the winner. So he then was the potential candidate for the Gambia Democratic Congress Party, GDC. And then, but interestingly, also we understood that one of the interested candidates who wanted to run for this post for GDC immediately after she lost the primaries to Yero Jallow, she came out second. She immediately joined the NPP.
Wow.
She claimed that she went along with some of the people who were supporting her at the time, but these claims were, also not taken serious by GDC. They said, listen, yes, he was part of us. She wanted to represent the party, but we went for primaries. She lost, and but she joined the NPP, but she went alone. She did not go with any of our members, because she in fact never had any supporters. What she had then was GDC supporters, and the GDC supporters are still with us. So, talking about GDC, the candidate is Yero Jallow, and after completing her primary senior school, he went on to study, of course he went on to enroll at the Gambia Hotel School, where he studied hotel management and reception. All right, thereon she continued her career and went to work for Comium and later to BB Hotel. And in 2016, she resigned from her, resigned to join politics with the GDC. And, she attempted to contest the parliamentary elections in 2017, and he lost in the primaries to the late Dembo Sow. So, he stood in the party, and according to him, he never dreamt of being a politician or venturing into politics, but because of the way and how things were, and he decided to leave his job and fight against the then president, Jammeh, because he wasn't happy with the things, and that led to him joining GDC, according to reports. And then he, going into this election, he said, as we heard from him this morning, that he was very confident, very adamant that he was going to win. Yes.
Amadou, during their campaign, when they were nominated, after their nominations rather, and they were involved in campaigning, Yero Jallow said that if he wins, he's going to sue the government, because for far too long, Nyamina West people have been calling for development, but the government has never paid attention to them, which he says once they are in power, they are going to sue the Barrow government. But from the early celebrations that we are seeing, I don't know if that would be possible, if it turns out that you, NPP, are the winners of these elections.
Exactly. If only MPP won, then they will be lucky. They will escape from being taken to court. Yeah, but if otherwise, he said that he will just give them 6 months at most, and then if they fails to bring any sort of development into the area, he's going to take the government to court. That is according to Yero Jallow. But if any reports is tend to go by, we will not confirm, but it appears that NPP are claiming victory. That's not something we can confirm. We are waiting for the IEC. And then, he lost the primaries in 2017, but should in case lose this election again, I don't know what would that mean to him. But if he win, that would be sort of a booster for him in his political career. But then we will wait and see what's going to happen. And let's move on now and talk about the hoping National Assembly member, the first elected National Assembly member for NPP in history of the party, that is in William Sow. And if he wins this election, he will make history for himself NPP. And of course for himself and for NPP as well. First National Assembly member for NPP, and so that's why it is. And for him, after and he also attended the same school, the same primary school with Dembo Sow. They attended the same primary school in Nyamina West, and that is the Mount Carmel Primary School. Then to Armitage, before enrolling to Gambia College, where he obtained his PTC in 2001. From there, he got to the teaching field, and then he teach in different school before again returning back to the college, where he further attained his HTC certificate and briefly taught again for a while, but eventually he went further to the University of the Gambia, where he studied BSc in Information Systems, and then he is now working at the PMO through the Minister of Information as IT officer, a position he held until now. So that is his brief background. And then he said that he was very much confident that he was going to win, and as you heard from him earlier, said that the people of Nyamina West are behind the Gambia government and the NPP government. That's the President Barrow's led government, and he knows that if he wins, he's closely going to work with government to make sure that the people of Nyamina West are being supported and development would be brought to the area, as he said. But he said he's not promising anything. He just hoped that he's going to win, and he's confident that he's going to win. And we are just waiting to know what is the final verdict. What are people said? Because they are the ultimate desire that they'll have the final say.
Once he's in power, he's going to give the Nyamina West people what they have
waited for far too long.
Yeah, waited for far too long. That is a development, of course, and every citizen deserves what is rightfully theirs, and development should be available to all constituencies, of course, which Jero Jallo claimed that he was going to put in place if he wins. He will take the government in power to court so that they can bring development to Nyamina West. So hopefully Biram Sow, if he is announced as the winner of these by-elections, will do something with regards to that.
All right. Again, we stay in Nyamina West. Just to remind you again, the two candidates that contested in the 2017 2017 parliamentary elections was the late Honorable Dembo Sow, GDC, and Malik Sow of NRP, were the two candidates then. And after the elections was conducted, this was the outcome of the election. Honorable Dembo Sow, the late, had 1,434 votes, 30% of 55%, and Malik Sow had, NRP of course, had 1,197 votes, 30%, 45% of the votes that were casted in that election. And the registered number of votes in the Nyamina West constituency is 4,375 votes. All right, and yeah, so that's the same number these two candidates also, that is Biram and Yero, are contesting for. We will wait to know what's going to be the outcome. You can see the chairman, they are still waiting. I don't know why it's taking too long for them to start announcing the results. I'm afraid they want to make sure that things are in perfectly orderly manner. Yeah, so this is the situation. Yes, how to call it, Sana. This is what happened in 2017, and I just want to reiterate that again. The candidate who lost against GDC in 2017, that's the NRP candidate, was supported by UDP because they were in tactical alliance. Then you remember that brought some division again between the coalition. The tactical alliance that was announced between by the UDP, and then NRP also joined. So they went there. So they were together in that constituency, but they were beaten by GDC. And now, the support twist again.
Yeah, she
UDP now are
with her supporters.
Yeah, UDP now are with
NPP party, which is going to, of course, deprive GDC
and
the support that they might need in these elections.
Yeah, and for UDP, they are supporting now instead of NRP, they are supporting GDC. Yeah, so that's why it is. And for NRP, they now they are with NPP. So that's just the situation. So I think yeah, we would hopefully hear from the IEC soon. So yes.
I think if we can go with any of the places that are held in the elections, we see what is happening there, if it is possible.
No,
There's
yeah, I think
total silence in there right now. I wonder what they are trying to fix, but let it be something.
yeah, there is something they're working on. Maybe they're trying to finalize on the agent, but I think we have already told our viewers exactly what they need to know about the two candidates, and of course the history of the elections, previous elections. But again, it's also good to say that as we told you in the morning, that Nyamina West is a stronghold for GDC, as many said, going into this election, because they have won all the other positions in that area, in that constituency. They won in the 2016 presidential election against Jammeh. Mama Kandeh beat the Jammeh in that, the incumbent president then, or should I say candidate then, that is Jammeh in that elections in that area.
Yeah.
And then I think even the coalition, and then I'm not sure of that, but I think for Jammeh, so he beat him in that election. But they went on GDC to win the parliament election, the councillorship, they won it, and even I think they won all the positions in that constituency. So they are hopeful of retaining the seat again. Whether that would be the case,
occupying some of the seats in the parliament, and if the unofficial announcement that was made by NPP supporters that they've already won the by-elections, this would be the first time that NPP would be represented in the Gambian National Assembly. So Amadou, maybe you can tell our Wolof followers what is exactly happening, or give them a rundown of what we have been saying earlier on.
All right, jërë ngeen jëf mbokk yi, comme ni ngeen ko gisee noonu, xam naa ne xaar bi mu ngi bëgg a yàgga, foogoon nañ ne by now ay si war nañoo mun a wax ni yëf yi demee. Of course gis ngeen yëf yi fale ci of course North Bank ci Kerewan, ne celebration bi dooroon na foofu, waaye fu mu nekk ni loolu te xëj na den dégg results yi nga xamante ne confirm guñ ko right now. Luñ mun a wax rek ne mooy ñu xaarandi official version bi ci IEC. Gis ngeen ne gars yi toog nañ, waaye ba léegi dooraguñ, xamuñ nag lu xew. Bu fekkente ne xam naa ne du yàgga, gaa ngi xool ba léegi mun a finaliser yëf yi pour mun ñoo wax ni yëf yi demee. Waaye pour fàttali rek ci élection yu passé foofu ci Ñaamina, ñaari candidat tamit ñoom ñoo contestoon. This time tamit ñu ngi am ñaari candidats. GDC ñoom ñoo wiinoon seat bi, comme ni ngeen ko xamee depuis suba ba léegi ñun leen koo wax ne ñoom ñoo ko wiinoon seen diggante ak NRP. Den NRP bu ñoom Malick Sow ñoom ñoo leen taxawalan foofu, waaye GDC ñoom ñoo ko dal di dóor. Ci loolu ñoom ñu am ci carte am nañ ci 1,424 carte lañ amoon ci élection boobu. Kii di Malick Sow bu NRP am 1,422 votes la dal di am ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci élection boobu jamono jooju. So buñ ko biinee nag bu kii génnee àdduna si la IEC dal di wax ne daal yëf yi foog ñu ndax toogu bi moom foog am ku ko jël. Toogu bi nag balaa ñu fay yegg si tey coow li bari woon na lool, ku ne demoon na campagne, dégg nañ ci wax yu ne, waaye nag loolu ak politique moom moo ànd, comme ni ngeen ko xamee, surtout si suñ side bii nii ci réew mi ak ci Afrique. Léegi coow li day bari lool, waaye nit ñi nga xamante ñoom ñoo dëkk ci gox googu wala ci constituency boobu ñoom ñoo am baat bu mujj bi. Ñoom ñooy tànn ku leen doy ak ki ñu foog ne ki ñu am yaakaar ne moom moo leen mun a indil foofu développement. Amaana sax National Assembly member du mun a indi développement ci benn area, waaye dina mun a liggéey ak nguur gi, fàttali leen, ñaax leen, toog di leen fàttali di wax ne daal suma gox tamit lii ak lii manqué na fa ak yu mel noonu. Moo tax lii mu am solo, nit ñi dal di ko fullal tamit bàyyi ci xel bu baax a baax. Waaye amaana nag ñu ne nit ñi génnee taxut koo bari, because ci Ñaamin yaa ngi am lu ëpp ñeenti junne votes, yaa ngi am ñetti téeméer ak juróom-ñaari fukk ak juróom karta ci gox boobu. Su fekkee nag ñu bari génnuñ, loolu mbir lay doon, te lu am solo la. Lu jiitu gisoon nañ tamit civil education bi, ñoom demoon nañ fa pour waxtaan ak nit ñi, ñaax leen ñu mun a jël fulal yëf yi, génn tamit pour mun a ñëw di tànn nit ki leen doy, waaye ñu teg ko ci dal, yar ak teegin bañ a indi ngiro ak ŋaayoo ak fitna ak yu mel ndax loolu génnul ndax waruñoo nanga politique xaajala leen ndax li munta am ñoom ñoo bokk gox bi ñoom ñoo bokk li nga xamante duñ ko mën a seddoo te Gambia fii dañ ñu naw ci lu bari surtout ci jàmm bi nga xamante ne yàgg nañ ko am te ñu ko ndamoo lool te loolu ku ne am nga ci wàlla pour mun a sàmma loolu te politique nag léegoo-léegi fu nu moo demee dafay doy waar ndax wax yuñ cee wax ak tuumalante gi ak yu mel noonu day xel a tey xel waaye nag bu ñëpp bàyyee xel xam ne duñu ay ennemi duñu ay noon utee gis-gis la rek te loolu du ñàkk ci yëf ci réew ñun ñëpp buñ bokkee benn jubluwaay réew mi du dox te Gambie xam ne ku ne xam na réew mi moom foo yëfi xal naa métti bu fekkee ne méttiwul sax laay wax waaye bu fekkente ne jàpp nañ daal foog naa ne day dem soo loolu lañ mën a waxagum xam naa ne ci fan yu ñëw nañ ci gën a xuus wax ji yu bari tey dañ leen di wax rek ci élection bi ak lan la ñoo xaar lu ñoo séentu waaye jàpp la ne daal fu mu nekk nii yëf yi mat na benn côté rek la dese mooy ci AIC war nañoo lett nag fu mu nekk nii wala ñu firiñu ndax xam naa ne xaar gi xam naa yàgg tuuti waaye xam naa loolu sëree tuuti.
si suba Yoro Jallow bu mu demoon vote jiri si candidate bi mu ne NPP dañ doon campagne even IEC bu ñu waxoon ne campagne jeex na on the 5th waaye NPP dañ doon campagne waaye waa NPP ñu ne loolu amul te IEC chairman bi tamit wax na ne loolu du wax bu am
waaw léegi lan lañ mën a jàpp ci wax yooyu ñun duñ ci wax dara
ñun amuñ si benn knowledge
ñun yi lañu bari ngeen def si seen jàngat
loolu tuumalante la rek
ñoom ñoo
des na si ñoom kanay wax dëgg bi
parce que moom mu ne moom dafa disappointed dafa am mbégteel bu baax ci taxawaay bu ay si am ci loolu parce que moom bu mu ko yegee moom Yero daf leen daal di yegal ne ñi ñu ngee campagne dooto di dem néeg bu nekk kër bu nekk ak yu mel noonu tuumalante bi daal bari na NPP xaalis leen jël di jënd nit ñi te xam naa yooyu yëpp dina gën a leer waaw te lu mun a mën te lu mun a am li munta am ci yëf yi doore ko tey ci guddi ba ëllëg ci suba week bi daal mun naa na wax ne coow li ci Gambia politique bii la te results yi moom nit ñi nañ ko jàngat lu ne NPP buñ ko wiinee ndax li dafa wane ne firndeel ne luñ doon yàggaa wax ne ñoom ñu ngi ba ñoo oppale fi ay nit ñoom lañ gëm ak yu mel noonu loolu leneen la ndax dañ koo ndamoo ndax dañ koo puugare ko buñ ñàkkee élection yi tamit loolu lan lay firndeel ndax nit ñi gëmuñ leen ndax yeneen politiciens loolu la ñoo wax wala naka la jàngat yooyu yëpp séntu leen ko ci fan yi loolu yëpp dana ñëw soxna xam naa ne yow Monday am nga liggéey sa good morning programme boobu ay gan yu am solo la ñoo séntu incha allah waaw ñu because xam nga dalal nga fii ak gars yi ku ne wax ne ñun nii la ñu am ak yu mel noonu yooyu yëpp exactly so yooyu yeah absolutely léegi rek bu AIC bu ñu leeralee yëf yi de su ko defee dañ tënk waxtaan bi rek am fuñ ko tënk bu boobaa dañ ko tënkiwaat ko maybe ëllëg wala Monday suba teel incha allah dina fi ñëw ngeen xaar ko dina indaale leneen ak leneen ci wax ndax cooli moom gis ngeen ne gars yi commencé na defar ay woy te dara xewagul
Then we will go with a short break as we wait for the IEC to settle with the announcement.
Yeah.
Well, we've been here since in the morning updating our viewers on what is happening in Nyamina West and Kirjarga. And right now, things are coming nearer as the IEC is set to announce who exactly wins these by-elections. Amadou, the NRP supporters in some of the regions have already started early celebrations, but the results are not yet officially announced by IEC. Hopefully, they will be updating us in any time soon, because we can see the IEC set with some officials sitting beside him, and of course, media houses are also set to update their viewers.
White papers are crossing all over. You can see white papers are crisscrossing, and of course, the IEC, you see the chairman is still doing some consultations with his, some of the other officials to make sure that they would give out the very authentic results of these elections. The chairman is, looking at the papers, trying to figure out some issues, and then eventually he would get to announce the final results of the Kerjarga elections, where 4 candidates contested in the elections, and then of course the Nyamina West, where you have 2 candidates, that is the NPP and yeah, apparently unconfirmed.
Jallo and NPP with Biram, so
yeah,
I always mispronounce his name. Biram,
yeah,
so.
yeah, absolutely, and apparently unconfirmed results are saying that NPP have claimed victory. As you can see, some of their supporters were celebrating in the Kerewan. But once again, we would reiterate that we are not relying on those kind of results. We are just waiting for the official version of the Independent Electoral Commission. The chairman is there. It looks like any moment from now, he would definitely go ahead with the announcement of the results. mbokk yi comme ñu ngeen ko gisee ñu fàttali rek ne fu mu nekk nii comme ni ñu ko waxee woon ci gannaaw rek wateef bu yegg na ci ndong li te xam naa lu ñu doon xaar daanaka mat na AIC ñu ngi gën a defaruwaat rek pour matal liggéey bi fu ñu jógee ko yàgg na lool wala gudd na waaye léegi fu mu nekk nii dafa mel ni yëf yi mat na xaw ma nag lan la ñoo seet ba léegi gis ngeen ñu ngi xool kayit yi ñu ngi dem ak ñëw di dugg di génn ci jamono ji am na ku jóg léegi noonu génn si biir office bi fa mel ni am na lu mu bugg a indi so maybe dañ bugg a def ne ñu fexe daal ba yëf yi buñ ko waxee rek kenn du ci laam-laamee dara ci li nga xamante ne lu ñoo wax si noonu gis ngeen ne ñu ngi wor ñu ngi jéem a seet di fexe di finalize li nga xamante ne moom mooy results yi ci nuñ ko work out yes Sona.
So of course it is expected of them to avoid any misinformation or anything that might raise concern with regards to the IEC elections, and we can see officials sitting beside the chairman. They are doing some fact checking. Now we will cross to our correspondent MC and see. Hello MC.
See that?
They've gone. We're having some technicalities.
Oh, okay.
The fullers are not really allowing us to do what is expected
well,
of
leave
us.
fullers alone.
No, I'm not going to leave them. Since in the morning we've been encountering technicalities. So please, balance ñu rek léegi, okay? Affaire si léegi fu mu nekk nii dafa tight torop. At least ñu mun a wax kana win elections bi.
It's not fullers alone. Not only it's not fullers alone that are in the Nyaminas. You have Mandinkas equally there. You have Wolofs that are in there. So you cannot just say fullers. By Tony Bahu. Wow, network be mom more bad right? Well, we because whatever happens is one of the fuller people that's gonna win, because you have 2 fullers that are contesting. You see what?
Right.
Yeah. You see what politics can do. They have pitted 2 fullers together, so contested on the same thing. But whatever, that's not important anyway.
That is not important.
What is important is about the position and the constituency and the Gambia. I mean, whosoever wins also would work in the interest of everybody, whether you voted or not for the candidate. And I think they would take note of that. I think that's also important. Not because whether you supported me or not. I would not look for your interest or whatsoever. And I think that's just sometimes how that is the bad side of our politics here in this side of the world.
And I believe with these new politicians that are coming forward, this marginalization that Yara Jallo claimed that the Adama Barrow government is not actually putting a lot of things in place to see that Nyamina West is developed. Whoever might win the elections will do something about that. And we have to avoid marginalization as far as Gambia is concerned. We have to work together to see the Gambia that we want. Every aspect, every corner in the Gambia is developed, and everyone is accorded the right thing that they deserve as citizens, and even those who are in the Gambia as inhabitants or as foreigners, in fact.
Yeah, we are all hoping that, and I hope our authorities would do more of the work than the talk. That's important. Sometimes we talk a lot as a country, but if you look at the actual realities on the ground, things are absolutely different. So together, as a country, I think we can do much better than we are doing. We are saying right now. So there have been a lot of talks in town, but actions is needed than these talks in this country. That's in all areas as far as Gambia as a country is concerned. So I think that's very, very important. So now it's election time. When elections are done, I think we should put behind all our differences and focus on the development of our country.
Yeah.
And I think that's important. But yes, we are also looking forward to another elections. And you know, when we get to 2021, which is about just barely 2 months before we say goodbye to 2020 year, which has been a very, very disruptive and difficult year. 2020, I think, is a year to be remembered.
It will always be remembered.
You know, it has been a very difficult one for everybody. I have to say, whether you are a politician or whatever you are doing, you have been one way or the other been affected. You know,
by
so
the COVID-19
as we say goodbye
pandemic.
to the year and we get to 2021, and by, you know, let's say we would have about only, you know, maybe 2, 3, 4 months to focus on development, and when we get to around somewhere around April, May, it's all about politics again. It's all about campaigning. It's all about canvassing for votes
for the elections.
Yeah. So that's why but it's important when we win elections, and after the elections we should put back, you know, we should focus and develop our country. Expectations are very high, you know, and for Nyamina, I hope they would the incoming National Assembly member. I know they cannot do much as expected. I know they can, you know, give out promises, they can say all what not, but then in actual sense, not much they can do. They can only, you know, seek for developments, because they are not government. They don't have the resources. They don't have the ability to do some of the things that they may want to do or bring in their constituencies. But they can influence government. They can seek support. They can go out there and maybe go to seek partnership with other, you know, should I say relevant authorities or organizations to make sure that their areas are developed. And that's why they are entrusted such responsibilities.
It is very important to scrutinize our parliamentarians when they are doing their own campaign, because it is not everything that they promise us they actually fulfill it. But then we have to be more cautious when choosing them, because they will be at the parliament to represent us. We cannot all be gathered there to voice out what is missing, but with their help as our representatives, they are there to connect us with the government. I think we are having one of our correspondents.
Exactly. We have Abdullah Mendy back on the line again. Abdullah, ñu ngi la nuyuwaat, gis nañ ne foofu fi ngeen nekk ci Janjanbureh IEC chairman bi toog na daanaka léegi te mu jógee 20 to 25 minutes wala 30 minutes, waaye gisaguñ dara mu wax ko lan moo xewagum right man, what is going on, lan moo xew, lan moo tax gars yi mënuñu announce results yi ba léegi.
dëgg la Amadou, comme ni ngeen ko gisee noonu la xewee mooy IEC chairman bi toog na pour war a indi li nga xam ne moom mooy résultat bi, waaye boo ko bàyyee xel ci toogaayam bi buñ koy jottali foofu ay kayit
yi nga xam ne ñooy bàyyeekoo ci polling station bu nekk nga xam ne ñoom ñoo fa teewaloon seen parti pour dëggal ne lépp lu jógee ci seen kanam la te seede nañ ne loolu dëgg la. kayit yooyu nag IEC chairman bi jotagum na ko, ci biir loolu it ñaan na pour ñu may ko ay simili yu néew pour ñu gis ne boole nañ yooyu xayma yi yëpp pour ñu mën a xam la nga xam ne moom mooy li tukkee ci jongante gi yëpp. waaye tam bul réere mbir ne élection bi am foofu tam ci Kerewan tam moom benn IEC chairman bi tam moom mooy declare results yooyu, te lépp fii la war a amee ci Janjanbureh. xam naa ci nëggandi googu tam lañ nekk laata ñuy mën a am official results yi bàyyeekoo foofu ca Kerewan pour ñu war koo mun a boole ak li nga xam ne moo bàyyeekoo fii ci Nyamina West ci elections yi nga xam ne moom moo nekk di am tey jii nii ci ñaari tund yi ci biir réew mi. waaye lu mooy loolu ba tey ñu ngi am yeneen ci ay results yi nga xam ne ñu ngi ñëw ak lii di yenn ci returning officers yi nekk fii nii, kon di nga gis ne joxe bi bu tàmbalee dina continuer benn yoon. te njort nañ ne daal loolu mu ngi am si ci ay minutes yu néew rek, parce que ñu ngi ma signal ne daal moom ay si chairman bi yaakaar nañ ne jàppandal na ci lii di results yi pour ñu announce ko.
aca boog kon sig nañ leen la, kon ñu bàyyi la rek nga dugg si biir ñu déggee ci moom, because bugg na ñoo xam, gis ne sécurité bi tamit ñu ngi taxaw ndax tension bi foofu naka la mel, ndax nit ñi bari nañ foofu wala naka la ba léegi ñu ngi koo gis noonu dafa mel ni mu ngi xaaragum tuuti naka la mel foofu situation bi ndax nit ñi dañ fa bari wala naka la.
waaw xam nga lii bu demee ba am comme niñ ko waxee woon rek ci njëlbeen ci jamono mujjub jamono giñ toll nii xam-xam yu xarañ yi daf te yombal wàllu jokkoo ak jokkalante amaana du ñàkk ki gañe moom xamal na boppam wala ay ndawam xam nañ ne kii gañe na wala ki ñàkk xam na ne ñàkk na wala ay ndawam xam nañ ne ñàkk na waaye fii ci IEC regional office bi fii nii ba ci jamono juñ toll nii kenn mënagu laa wax ne daal mbooloo mi moo gañe wala mbooloo mele moo perte ndax ñëpp ñu ngi négandi kii di chairman bi pour mu joxe official results yi fii mu ngi kaamagun ndax ñëpp ñu ngi bàyyi attention moom di IEC chairman bi ñu ngi maa wan ne daal di tàmbali na kon xam naa ma hand over ci biir foofu di main office bi fi ñoo joxe results yi pour ñu xam lu fa tukkee
waaw dafa mel ni mu ngi commencé noonu ñu dem ànd ak chairman bi Abdoulaye Mendy ñu ngi laa gërëm su ko defee ñu ànd ak chairman bi Alhaji Omar Momad Njie ñu déglu ko mu ngi annoncé results.
For the position of councillor of the said council, advised by the zoning officer, Bamakan as follows. Umaru Silla UDP votes, 257. Yamacham, EDC candidate, 700 votes. 700 votes. Awagay, NPP candidate, 1,364 votes. 1,364 votes. There was no invalid vote. The results were witnessed and endorsed by Umar Umar, UDP, Abdul Aziz Emeka, for GDC, Siaka Jata, for NPP, and Karamo Kuli, for FRC. Therefore, our gay has been duly elected to serve as councillor for the Kenya Ward in the Kenya Area Council. Dated 7 November 2020, signed Adam Morning. Thank you. Announcement of results. I, Ali Moringai, Chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, hereby announce the results from the Yamina West constituency in the January administrative area. For the position of National Assembly member of the said constituency, as advised by the zoning officer, is a body as follows. Yero Jallo, GDC candidate, 805 votes, 805 votes. Birom JSO, candidate, 1,116 votes, 1,716 votes. There was one invalid vote. This is witnessed and endorsed by Demba Samabali, agent for GDC, Suare Jabai, agent for GDC, SK Njai, agent for MPP, and Usman Ba, agent for MPP. Therefore, Bureau PSO has been elected to serve as a member for Yamina West constituency. Dated the 7th day of November 2020, signed by Ali Moringai. Thank you very much. Once again, let me just thank everybody, all present. Governor, the police, security, politicians, agents, voters particularly, because for us, when I travel abroad, I always feel proud of our system, because right now I'm answering it, but the people out there have already known the results. just like we did during the presidential election, when we had the first counting on the spot for the election. Everybody knew before I knew. That is why we are doing it so transparently. So the media that was going around saying that we are going to stop this counting on the spot is not true. We will never stop that. It must be counted from the beginning to the end, witnessed by party agents. And we are particular agents, particularly during the countrywide, all agents you must get 1 or 2 agents there to witness the beginning of the system, of the process, up to the end, and counting, and signed by them on the spot. And then they will relay the results of the station, the position where they were, to their respective offices. Then they tally, and you know before I know. Because right now it's 8 o'clock now. What did you do a long time ago? Because once it is done, it's counted, there and then they phone their offices and they collate. So we cannot tamper this, we cannot mess it. That's why I'm proud of the IEC technicians, the directors, and all participants from the IEC and temporal staff who are abiding by the rules that we set. Because we are telling them there must be a winner and there must be losers. But the loser must never blame the IEC for not doing their work properly. That's why they lost. They lose because they will not vote them. That's why we are saying all the time that do it the way we think, our mantra. Fair play, integrity, and transparency. So you don't accurately, correctly, and on the spot. So on that note, let me thank everybody, Governor, your staff, and warm welcome to here. On that note, thank you very much, and may Allah bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you very much, everyone. Every staff, the regional staff, everyone invited staff from the rest of the country.
And in Nyamina West for NPP, they have 1,715 votes, and GDC has 805 votes, and then of course NPP won by 910 votes, and in Kirjarga as well, our gay has taken the lead in there as well, Amadou.
All right, that's the final results from the Independent Electoral Commission. There, as you heard from the chairman, he have officially confirmed and announced the results that NPP have emerged as the winners of the 2 contested elections in the Nyamina West constituency and of course in the Kirjarga ward. So this has been a lot of months of wait and campaign and election and promises and all what have been said. It has all over now. It has gotten to this moment. We say
this is the moment that we've been waiting for.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been the
finally
moment.
Here, NPP is marching both polling stations as they emerge victorious.
So Biram Sow is now the National Assembly member for, of course, Nyamina West. He would just have to be sworn in, and then I think to replace the Sow. So GDC have lost their seat to NPP. Is the first contest for NPP, whether it was an examination or test. They have, passed it, I think, gloriously, I have to say. Probably not many would have expected that, but that's the situation right now. And congratulations to the winners, and commiserations to all the losers. We have one of our guys on the line.
Yeah, we will just speak to him and see how the atmosphere is right now after them hearing who emerged victorious.
All right, Abdoulaye, ñu ngi lay nuyu.
jërëjëf Amadou comme niñ ko waxee rek ñu ngi taxaw fii ak honorable Sidi Ndiaye dégg nañ result si te mu ngi mel ni NPP jël na ndam li fii so yow luy sa gis-gis ci loolu honorable yaa ngi live Eye Africa.
Are you doing in Wolof or English? One interview. English. Thank you very much. Can you repeat it again in English? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, everybody. Can you do it?
Okay, li ma laajte mooy gannaaw ba. I
will come to you later on then. Let's do it.
I'm live.
Yes.
Okay.
How do you feel about this win today?
board elections?
Yeah, we are elated and we were expecting it because the people of Nyamina West decided to give their back to GDC and the UDP combined. And as we indicated, we put up a very formidable and coherent campaign team that went in all out to ensure that the ideals and ideologies of the National People's Party and that of our president, the party leader, has been understood by the people of Nyamina West. And the people of Nyamina West, everybody, they are grateful and they have fulfilled the bargain of their side, that the National People's Party is a force to be reckoned with, and that this is a litmus test, and it's a referendum that 2021, His Excellency President Adama Barrow and the NPP will be victorious. Remember, there are a lot of pundits, there are a lot of people who are political experts, who one way or the other have predicted that the National People's Party will win. There are a lot of factors. Of course, the downturn masses continues to fill doubts, but today we have vindicated that the country is all NPP, and that Gambians are really appreciative of the development trajectory of the National People's Party and our leader and the National Development Plan. So we are consoled, we are elated. We want to invite everybody on Monday at the Arch 22, where at the Arch in Banjul, where His Excellency, our party leader, will meet our first elected officials. Of course, our first member of National Assembly and our first elected councillor from Kerjarga ward. So we defeated them in both elections. The GDC, the UDP combined. Politics is not a chip and it's not a child play. Politics means serious business, and we mean serious business. Today, we are committed. We also want to, of course, congratulate the Gambia Democratic Congress for participating, and also all the other parties, the UDP and the APRC as well, for both Nyamina and Kerjarga. This is politics. It's about numbers. You have more numbers than you will win. We have more numbers than all these parties combined. So you've seen the results. We've sent them into the deep of the Atlantic Ocean. So that is it. We are happy today.
Thank you very much. Yes, comme ni ko doon waxee, we right now have here GDC representatives. Sir, can you just remind us your name and your position in GDC?
My name is Demba Sabali. I'm the national chairman of the Gambia Democratic Congress.
Okay, Demba, how do you feel today after the verdict of the outcome of the results?
Well, of course, you will expect that I will not feel the best. We've lost the election, but also I feel proud as a Gambian that we are able to conduct election peacefully, and we have to respect the verdict of the people, and this is the choice of the people. So on the one hand, I am sad that we have lost, but also I am proud as a Gambian that we've conducted election peacefully, and the outcome is the wish of the people, and we respect that. Thank you.
Ok, comme ñoo ko jota déggandoon rek moom moo teewaloon fi GDC nangu na li nga xam ne moom mooy défaite bi muy ndam li nga xam ne NPP am na ko buñ leen waree fàttali li nga xam ne mooy sànni karta ga foofu ca Kerjarga ward UDP kal leen fa taxawaloon mu ngi am 250 karta APRC ka leen fa teewgaloon moom itam kañ fa taxawaloon moom mu ngi am 450 karta GDC ndaw lañ fa taxawaloon moom it mu ngi am 200 NPP nag borom mu nga am foofu 250 te kooku di wuyoo ci turu Awa Gueye kon ci li nga xam ne nag loolu lañu fi IEC chairman bi wane daal mooy kii di Kerjarga ward nag ki nga xam ne moom mooy seen councilor buñ fa tànn mooy Awa Gueye di ndawal NPP bu ñëwee ci Nyamina West nag GDC seen ndaw li nga xam ne moom lañ fi taxawaloon moom mu ngi am 750 NPP ndaw liñ fi taxawal mu am 200 comme niñ leen ko waxee woon tey kii di njiital IEC bi daal di ko wane daal ne NPP moo daal di joggati ndam li ci ñaari sànni karta yi amoon fii ci biir réew mi Amadou bu ñu yeboo ñu jàpp ne lii moo fi rusee tey jii ci Janjanbureh fii.
all right ñu ngi lay gërëm bu baax di la sant di la jaajëfalaat ak team bi ñi ngeen nekkal foofu yëpp liggéey bi am na solo ñu bàyyi leen ngeen mun a pare pour dellusiwaat ci jàmm ñu ngi leen di gërëm xibaar bi leer na te taxawaay bi am na solo thank you very much. All right, thank you very much. mu ngi noonu. Those are the final moments that we have been all waiting for, and Sona,
and
we have come to the final moments. Yes, Sirinjai has spoken.
Speaking to journalists in pleasant manner, saying that they have been vindicated, that Gambians are for NPP.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations
said,
to all the winners of NPP. And the GDC supporter, or the GDC candidate rather, was it a candidate that spoke?
No, it was one of their representatives.
He was one of the representatives who spoke, and he made mention of something that is very important.
Yeah.
Although he's sad that they have been
Mr.
defeated, but then he's proud that the election was conducted fairly and no violence erupted as well, Amadou Kante, and that was what exactly we were all expecting. And congratulations to everyone that was there on the ground and all those people who went vote, who casted their votes and creating no violence at all in the country.
Yeah, and I think the GDC rep, like you said, he talked about some very important. He talked in a way that really, I think, means a lot, because he said they expected the results in good faith. For him, it's the people that have spoken, and they have to respect that. Yes, he said that they have lost, but he's happy as a Gambian that elections have been organized in a peaceful manner, in a peaceful atmosphere. And I think that is very, very important, and that's what we wanted to see as well. And I hope that now on, we will all learn from this. And I don't think, in fact, as a country, we have really done well in our elections compared to what happened in other countries. You look back what happened in 2016. Tensions were very high, and all that happened. It was after the election that people were feared, got feared, and all that. But during the election campaign went well, despite all what had been said and all that. But here again, we are talking about another election, and thank God it all went smoothly, went as expected, and all campaigns was done in an orderly manner. Politicians get to the level and they have canvassed for votes, said what they wanted to say, give out promises, and then at the end of the day, after all what have been done, what have been said, the final honors, like I said, always lies on the people, and they will determine, they will decide who they trust and who they believe would lead them, and who would be their representatives. So at the Parliament or the National Assembly, or whether at the lower level of the councillorship level as well. So that's it. It has been a very, very eventful moment. I think we would any moment in it, but I think we maybe want to hear from one of the people.
It's been a long day for us here in the studios, and from our correspondents who are on the ground giving us latest updates on what really happened there. So we will wrap up for today. Hopefully, if you can just say goodbye to our viewers.
Yeah, thank you very much. Jërëjëf soxna, comme noo ko waxee bés bi yàggoon na lool, guddoon na tamit lool, waaye lépp rek ci liggéey bi la. Ñu ngi leen di gërëm tey di leen sant bu baax ci ànd bi ngeen di ànd ak ñun toujours. ñu ngi get xam ay message yi ay feedback si yu bëri di rafetlu liggéey bi, di nuyu suñu xarit yi nekk ci réew bi ak biti réew yëpp, di rafetlu liggéey bi, di ñu ñaax tamit. ñu ngi leen di wax thank you very much ci loolu, te tamit wax ne rek Gambien si lañ fay nekkal saa su ne fexe rek lépp lu xew ci biir réew mi ngeen xam ko, waaye tamit gis ko, toppa ko ci nu mu waree. Incha allah loolu mooy taxawaay bi ak tamit mooy jubluwaay bi. ñu ngi leen di gërëm ci noonu la ñoo fàttali rek ci élection bi nga xamante ne amoon na foofu ci Kër Jarga, ci ñeent candidate yu doon jongante foofu ci diggante NPP bu président Barrow, APRC, UDP ak GDC. ci councillorship bi ñi nga xamante ne mooy NPP ñoo ci jël ndam li. Awa Gueye moom la dal di tànn mu nekk councillor ci ward boobu, noonu la ko IEC annoncé. Gannaaw loolu nag ñu dem si Ñaamina tamit, gannaaw lu fa xew yëpp ci ñaari candidat yi nga xamante ne ñoom ñoo fa doon jongante diggante NPP again bu président Barrow ak GDC bu Mama Kandeh. Gannaaw buñ defee lu ñu war a def yëpp ñu sànni carte yi liñ ci mën a jàpp mooy NPP tamit ñoom ñoo fa yóbbu raw gàddu gi, ñoom ñoo jël ndam li ci li nga xamante ne mooy ci ward boobu. ñoom ñoo jël toogu bi wuutu ku fa nekkoon di leet Demba Sow. GDC dal dina ñàkk li nga xamante ne mooy ñaari toogu yi nga xamante ne amoon nañ ko foofu ci Ñaamina ak ci Kër Jargal. loolu lañ mën a jàppatee ci yëf yi. su ko defee ñu gërëm leen, sant leen bu baax ci gunge bu ngeen ñu gunge, jox leen dig daje ci yeneen programme ci yeneen jotaay fii ci Eye Africa. incha allah xam naa ne waxtaan bi day continuer dooree ko suba ci week bi yëpp. incha allah nañ dalal ay gan def ci jàngat lan lañ ci mën a jàngee ci politique, lan lañ ci mën a jàngee ci élection buy ñëw 2021. ñu ngi ko waajal, coow li bari na, ñu bari jàppoon ne lii amaana test la wala exam ci NPP ndax ni ñu ko wiinee nii am na lu ñu wane ci politiciens yi ak yi nga xamante ne seen xam-xam ak seen xel màcc na si lu dañ ci def jàngat yu yaatu ñu jaajëfaleen ba and viewers thank you very much till we meet again bye from me and Sona is over to you. Thank you very much.
Fellow Gambians, this message is dedicated to the entire nation. This is the mission, be Gambian or not Gambian. In these election times, we must see each other through the eyes of peace, love, and unity. wareef la si kuy doomi réew nga am sa carte woote dem si sànni kay keroog ba si woote ngeen sànni seeni carte li moo di yoon te di tëralin mooy mën a wecci nguur si jàmm te di doole li bépp doomi réew nga am sa carte sànni doomi réew mu ne tegoo li la war li si axi doomi réew la war a góorgóorlu ngir bés yu ñëw mën a gën bés yu ñu weesu kuy doomi réew tegoo li la war dina tax sa réew cëral la kon ànd ak Salim Beng ak groupe sopp baay la réew mi benn bopp la kenn mën a ko xaaj yow
toti banku dingol nganna carte wol soto be sikinti ngata carte fay dulla nganna carte wol fay kaman sabula mako e pour somo sidi yambeye katu ngolem siloti menti kayro sabatini no na banko kan kakado ke na banko ye fo banko sita nyato kanjikol sembentiria na banko sita nyato woto banko dinkendo nyanta wullale ye ku ke menti banko samba nyato woto for the Gambia our homeland Gambia nyato dorong
Sunu réew la
la Gambia sunu réew la